Hello. Pull up a chair and join us in the alcove here with episode 55 of our homebrewed 5th edition D&D campaign, the Chaoslands.
Oh wait, not yet.
That's not that high.
No, it's been too long.
As always, before we begin, I have a handful of quick announcements to get through, so let's get through those. We go live on Mondays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
Every Monday.
Every Monday. On YouTube.
Every Monday.
Just wait until after the holidays.
With VODs available
Might be
immediately
worse.
after the stream ends.
Some movie.
You can subscribe to the channel down below to get a notification whenever we're going live. While you're following us on the streaming platform, you'll also find links to all of our social media accounts, our Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Go ahead and follow those for all the latest news and schedule updates, as well as awesome character art, profiles, and other fun things.
Supposedly not.
We also use music from Critical Role's Welcome to Tal'Dorei, Welcome to Wildmount,
Talmount.
and Candela Obscura Collection album, as well as some royalty-free music courtesy of Riot Games. Links to those can be found below. That's it. That's all the announcements.
That's all the announcements today?
Yes.
Oh my lord.
Talmount sounds like a cool monk setting.
It does.
Oh, my
Just
hand's
have
so
that fixed.
wrinkly.
Yeah, no, Jesus. Alright, start
I'm
it.
good.
We'll hopefully end up having more announcements and stuff
It's
later.
okay,
but
I'll go fix it.
regardless,
It's fine.
let's begin our dive into the Chaos.
That's what it says.
You can start it.
It's like a Pokemon.
I'm starting it.
I can only say his name.
The Iron Well. Having arrived in the distant and unfamiliar Frostfang Woods, and having restored their ally, the Big One, from the dead, had begun a long and treacherous journey towards the Rexate of Siltia, in search of answers about the red lightning rifts that plague the continent of Revenant, and seemingly have intertwined with the fates of these 5 adventurers. After a restful night spent in the warm waters of a calming natural hot spring, you began to brave your way further into the woods, and came across a large elk that had been the prey of a hunt. As you investigated the corpse, you found approaching it a large but strangely emaciated bear. Timon managed to scare it away with a shot from his rifle, only for the noise to draw the attention of a larger creature. A strange, four-armed, gorilla-like creature that you made quick work of. However, the noise of the battle, combined with the scent of freshly spilt blood, seemed to draw more creatures out of the woods, as you found yourself surrounded and cornered by the howling of several large wolves. You rushed through the woods, attempting to escape from them. However, it was too late. You found yourself quickly surrounded, and almost shepherded and guided by the beasts to a large, rocky lair or den of sorts. A den in a clearing where the beasts finally revealed themselves, and you discovered that they were not normal, simple wolves. No, these wolves were unlike anything you had seen before. By all rights dead, but still moving and living, fueled by some strange and powerful magic. It was here, as you did battle with the beasts, that a much larger wolf descended from the sky upon bat-like wings, and you found
What was it
yourself
called? What kind of
face to
creature?
face with what can only be described as
A Kerkaka
known as Frank. It was a rough and harrowing battle, but you managed to survive and defeat the strange half-bat, half-crocodile, half-wolf creature, as well as the pack of undead wolves that led you to him, all save for one, who escaped into the woods shortly after being turned by Kelter. Here, beside the den of these wolves, you undertook a short rest before beginning the second half of your day's travel.
Oh boy.
That's where we pick up today.
Yep.
What are you all doing as you finish, having stopped for a little bit of a breather in this strange, bone-covered, partly a little bit of undead, rotting flesh that seems to be sloughing around, but snow gently falling, covering the mounds over the course of these 40-45 minutes or so as you take a bit of a breather. You get up, you prepare to head out. What are you all up to?
You guys investigated the cave, right? Or the little alcove?
Oh, yes,
You
yeah.
found... Was it here you found the satchel of money?
I found a single shoe.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. We identified it.
Yeah, I'm trying to... Did I capture that in my notes?
It was a single boot. I think it was Wayfarer's boot.
Yeah, I think it was.
Boots from Wayfair?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wayfarer's got just what I need. Not a sponsor.
Was it this one I stole?
Yeah,
poison?
Wayfarer boots. Yeah.
Wayfarer.
I stole some poison too.
It's okay. I just need to chop off one of your legs. Problem solved.
The full benefit.
Everybody's healed up, yeah.
think
As best
so.
as we could.
Oh,
I
yeah.
topped up
Yeah.
most people, I think.
I think,
Yep.
yeah.
How, I guess, treacherous is the path right now? Like, is it a lot of, like, climbing over things and kind of, like, really have to be paying attention?
You definitely do, especially as the snow's been falling pretty much this entire morning. Parts of the ground are definitely a little covered in snow, and you're not sure when you would step, like whether you would get your foot entangled in some root of a tree or something. It would probably be a little bit slower, but not too much slower.
Do I see any other places that would make sense to search for this boot? Like any other? Is in the alcove?
Was it in a pile of dung?
You definitely went across, and I remember doing like an
was at
intelligence
the top,
or like
yeah.
an investigation check in both like downstairs and like the little
relatively high.
Yeah.
hole in the den, as well as the top where a bunch of like remains of bodies and stuff were. You're fairly confident that you didn't see anything of this particular make, especially because the Buddha's first off, it's an immaculate shape for being on like a corpse.
Mm-hmm.
Everything around it is mostly either rotten or is covered in snow or is like ruined. It's very clear that this is a magically enchanted item in some way.
Right.
At least in order to keep it this well in shape. And you don't see anything else that matches it. You're fairly certain that it's not here.
Gotcha.
Does it have a name tag on it?
It must be on the other boot.
Or a house
says
on the
Andy.
bottom?
Andy at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any signs of who may have owned it or the creator?
Make an Arcana check.
Can I do it?
You're proficient in it.
I am not proficient.
Then no.
I am.
I will roll anyway. With advantage, because for some reason I have it.
21.
You take a look at kind of the craftsmanship and some of the enchanting like runes that are carved in, like the arcane runes that bear this enchantment. They seem like really finely done. The underlying boot seems unlike the runes that are carved on it to enchant it. The runes that are carved on it seem much like they're written in sort of like an elvish script and style. I think you would probably recognize the sort of like rune work that's done on it. The boots underneath it are fairly simple. They're not entirely like they're not fancy boots. They're fairly simple. They're kind of like primitive in some ways, and the carving on it seems much unlike the boots. So,
If only you knew somebody who could read all writing.
I know someone who can read Elvish.
Hate you guys.
The problem you made was telling us that in like episode 1.
Yeah.
Because we knew we were going to make sure you never used it.
While we're
Here's the thing
walking,
that Astra's really proud of.
Yeah.
Maybe Alyssa is too. But
I'm going to be looking out to see...
first off,
Oh.
which way are you walking?
I would have tried to reorient ourselves based on the
Yeah,
path
back
we were
towards
going.
south, towards
Uh,
the plains.
But also I can
Perhaps.
read Elvish. So.
They're not words. They're like
Elvish runes.
arcane runes.
Arcane runes. Oh, those
But
can't be
they're
read by
like
anyone.
there's a style to arcane runes that is fairly like you can have arcane runes like Timon has carved a bunch of like dwarvish style runes that can be used to carry those like arcane enchantments are based off of like different languages and scripts you've seen in the past, potentially infernal runes that are carry magical essence and like
if only you knew somebody
Lady
who was
what's her name
proficient
Lady Garnet's
in
apartment
Arcana.
like house for example.
I am.
Also, like, perhaps to assist me, you can go up this tree, and we can make sure we're heading back in the right direction. And between him and I, maybe we can try to figure back out which way we were heading.
Make a survival check.
Well, quick question. Did you give me the weapon that...
The gun?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
gun.
I don't have it. He ain't touching that thing.
God.
I don't have it on my inventory. What's the name of that?
you
Blue
rolled well.
Steel.
Nope.
Perfect.
I'm pretty sure it's actually called
5.
I named it
8.
Blue Steel.
Honestly, from where you climb up and you look out, it's tree line in every direction, and particularly with the snow falling, your visibility is a little bit limited as well. You have no idea which way you were originally headed or which way you should head.
We can't see the
way.
mountains.
The mountains, you can see the mountains.
I'll find it.
Okay.
But
Oh,
they're
okay.
like
But we knew
off to your
like
north.
yeah, but we
Yeah.
knew
Like
which direction
far
the mountains
north.
were to us.
Yeah.
So we can at least try to like head in the general.
You have a
direction.
general idea.
Yeah, as long as we can try keeping that general direction that we knew where the mountains were to us, we can at least try to keep pushing towards getting out of the forest.
Right. You still have some of the. Oh, I still have the bunny.
You do still have the money.
So actually, that goes a little bit into what I was going to say as well. I forgot that you had the bunny. Is I'm going to be keeping an eye out for any wildlife of any kind, and particularly paying attention to see, like, even if it's birds flying by or some animal that goes, if there's any kind of necrotic-like essence similar to those wolves. If like all the wildlife around here seems to be affected by it, or if it was like really particular ones.
Make a perception check.
Fuck that dice. It's stupid. My eyes are closed.
Where's the jail?
Do you want to borrow my dice?
I think it's a combination of it being very snowy. You can't really see much of anything.
Keeps getting in my eyes.
Yeah. Maybe it's just you're not too used to snow.
Does
Maybe
his
that's
bunny look dead?
No.
No, it doesn't.
No, like undead.
Oh.
So like still alive, but
No, his buddy does not.
Okay.
Like, I don't remember the name of the buddy anymore.
Jen.
But yeah, Jen, sure.
Good question.
Yes.
The wolves, that the undead creatures that we
I
fought
named him Edgar. but
before
then
we
it was
head out,
apparently
can
Jen.
I
Oh,
try
yeah.
to figure out how long they were dead for?
Sure, make a medicine check.
The rabbit's just like gnawing on my skin.
Hey.
15.
Very long time?
Very long time.
Yeah, the amount of decay and rot, and it's hard to tell because of just the necromantic magic that was holding them together. It might have slowed some of the decay, but at least like longer than you've seen.
And do they have any markings on their carcasses, like any brands or any runes or any?
Make an investigation check.
Investigation. I wish I had a better one. 4.
Not really.
so well right now.
Nothing that's. You don't notice anything, and partially is because they've been pretty badly
so long.
destroyed.
Okay. Oh yeah, we fucked them all.
Yeah. We were going to talk to the bunny, pull out the bunny, or were you... That's not a euphemism.
I don't think
Put that away.
Now it is.
Can't talk to my bunny right now. Unless, Astra, are you able to speak to Jen?
After what Rafay just
Wow.
takes a whole other.
Oh no.
Nice.
Sorry.
Finally asking you to step up into this role.
I can do
You don't
it.
want it.
No, I can do it. Yeah, I can talk. I can talk to Jen.
I think Jen knows how. I guess the way that we should be heading.
Check. Hey Jen. Which direction should we be going?
Are you just saying that?
Yep. I don't have speak with animals.
You don't?
But you don't know that.
The bunny does not. It just does like a little bit of a gesture, but that's about it.
Oh, she's a little discombobulated right now. So
Like,
she
the
normally
snowflake
would
lands on its nose and almost immediately just like curls into her ears.
Alright, put Jen back into the trench pocket.
I think we're gonna have to head in this general direction for a bit until we can perhaps get through maybe some of the snow.
I forget, where did we want the mountains relative to us?
Where do we want the mountains relative to us? I don't remember.
So the mountains that Elmer told you we're to the northwest of you, and you wanted to go south.
Okay.
So we want them to at least be like
Behind us somewhere.
somewhere that way if
Ish,
we're heading. Yeah.
roughly.
So if we can roughly see like they're kind of over there, then we know at least to partially go away from them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then
This seems
direction.
right.
Who's leading the way?
I'll probably assist.
I'll be up there again, just maybe scurrying through the trees and
Yeah, I'll
trying to do
be-
it stealthily.
The trees aren't that close, so you'd have to like make some acrobatics checks to jump from tree to tree safely.
Don't you remember jumping during the fight?
I did.
Yeah.
That worked out well. I will then. Well, then I'll just stealthily be out in front.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably be somewhere in front, but just keep
So if you're out in
Tabs
front,
on the smells.
first make a stealth check for me, and then make a survival check.
Does anybody remember what Galarin's weapon was called? The gun. I called it blue steel, but that was
It's
the
probably
name
a
of the DD.
25.
25.
Yeah, it's a 25. And then survival. Oh, this one. Get ready for this little one.
Here we go.
Here we go. 14.
Okay.
Okay, just put Mace of Terror.
Easy. It's the same thing.
So you begin to make your way through the woods. The snow that's falling begins to actually peter out about a half hour or so through your trek. What sort of pace are you guys taking? Are you trying to take it slow? Be careful.
We're
Be like a
sprinting.
little bit more sneaky.
Probably
or
slightly.
Moderate.
are you trying to be fast?
I would say. Well, what time of day is it?
It's like afternoon. Isn't
Afternoon,
It?
like around 1ish.
Do we have a target where we're trying to go?
Like we're just trying to get out of here.
So at the edge of the forest. So probably at a slightly more than moderate speed.
But just above moderate,
Yeah.
you know.
Like 60%.
Yeah.
Not trying
not
to like,
even, like
exhaust
55%.
ourselves.
Yeah.
You don't want to cramp.
That's true.
It's also afternoon. We're probably hitting that afternoon slump. You hit around 3 o'clock.
I gotta make sure Jen's okay.
I'm running out of apples, guys.
Oh, I got another one.
Oh, I wouldn't mind that.
Do you need another one for your clone?
No, I think water absorbs my body.
Can
or something.
somebody
That might be
roll for
camels.
me a d20?
No, my clone doesn't need one. He's also not here.
destiny die with me.
What are those?
Loud has it.
And I'll right beside you. Oh, he's there. And then I'm out. I can just make him do things, apparently.
Okay.
Does he want an apple?
No, I think we
I
share
don't
the
know
same
what for. It
stomach.
could just be on a scale of things.
He has his little psychic thing he can add to
Can
it.
you roll a d10?
Oh,
for me,
boy.
please?
Uh-oh.
Which color of dragon are we gonna get?
I'm tapped out.
And
I got enough charges for four, what's it called? Feather falls.
5.
Interesting.
Oh boy, you killed us.
Interesting.
I'm gonna spin it like
I
a
just
top.
got
I
my
was like,
minis
that
in the mail.
Doesn't roll it.
Eleven.
Yeah.
A D10.
Start writing a new character.
Yeah. Start ordering it 6 weeks from now. I'll get them.
Big one.
Hi.
You're the first one to feel any sort of difference as you guys are walking and traveling and continuing. You pick up
Better
on
be
your
smell
nose
difference.
I mean, he is the most perceptive.
a strange smell. It's a smell that seems familiar to you,
Doesn't feel
especially.
so good, does it?
It's the crackling ozone of an electric charge in like a workshop or something. It smells like freshly struck lightning almost, just on the air.
You'll notice that the big one starts doing weird things with his arms. He'd be like,
Military stuff.
It's coming off from your right.
I don't think they know that. There's a really weird smell coming just off to the right here.
Timon.
It smells not
Sorry,
not like sulfur or anything like that. It smells more like a workshop, like electricity almost. Electricity had a smell. This would be what it would be like. I'm quite familiar with it from back home.
So it smells like zzz.
But I don't know what's
Well, what does electricity smell
like the smell.
Do you know how far the smell is?
Roughly. Does it smell very strong?
Very faint.
But right now I can't smell it too bad, but if we go towards the right, there might be something over there like a workshop. Could be bad, could be...
Are there black clouds in the sky?
You climb
you
up.
look at that.
It's hard
No,
to see
I go
through the
like
canopy,
this.
but not immediately above you. No.
I would climb up a
Yeah,
tree and
perhaps
just
take
take
a
a
look.
peek to the right.
Would I know the difference between? I wouldn't, because I don't remember that
you
far,
would
and I
not.
never left Ward 1. Well, never left the city.
You climb up the tree and you begin to look out, and especially as the snowfall is kind of falling, you get a little bit of a clearer look around you, even though the tree that you climb up is a little bit shorter than some of the ones immediately around it. Off in the distance, like far, far behind you, to like the northeast-ish, there's like a little bit of something that could look like a dark patch in the sky. But in the direction that you're immediately, like that the big one told you about, you don't see any clouds. Or, well, I mean, you see clouds, it was just snowing, but you don't see any black clouds.
No, like, smoke from a chimney or anything like that?
No.
Just, okay.
Make a perception check for me.
Start carrying Caltier up there.
You make a survival check while he's doing that. Very
Good, really.
16.
I rolled a 5. So.
Sounds about right.
Checks
So he's got the black lung.
Just off in the distance, there's the spot that you can see, and it's hard because the street is lower. You see a spot where there doesn't seem to be any trees.
Oh, okay. So
Like a
there's
little bit, maybe like a little clearing or something, but
Yeah.
you can't make out what's in there at all. Because it's kind of off to the
about how
in the
far
direction that
About how far out? Like,
probably like 5-10 minutes through the
Okay.
woods. Not
it looks
immediately
like, I'm
nearby.
gonna shout to everyone else, it looks like there's an opening in that direction, not too far.
What do you folks normally do with this? I mean, it could be danger. It could be a nice place to rest for the evening.
Only one way to find out.
Well, that actually goes against what I just said. Do you typically go towards it, or do you go? So, but what you're saying is you typically go towards it.
There's only one way to find out.
I
She just said yes.
I think we're
wow, I might have slapped the mic really.
we're a
Absolutely.
bit out of our element here, and we only have so much daylight. I don't know if we want a detour, especially given what we've already run into out here. That could just be another trap or another creature's home.
Could be another hot spring though as well.
And do we have anywhere where we're going to rest for the evening?
I think trying to find it, but we still
Only
have lots
one
of
way to
time
find
left.
it.
Only one way to find
Yeah.
out. Okay.
If I just kind of calm myself for a second, listen or feel. Do I feel like any kind of electricity charge in the air at all? Similar to how the air might feel a little different close to any kind of storm or lightning touching down.
Make a perception check.
If I touch the ground and then
Guy.
touch Astra's hair, does it go
Flexing that perceptiveness.
Yeah.
God fucking.
Do I feel fear in the air?
15. Yeah.
Doesn't feel
That
any,
has a smell. All right. This
doesn't
feels
feel
so
any different.
good.
Yeah.
But it lights up.
Just piss.
You
The
don't
light's
feel
pretty
anything
good.
different.
Okay. Nope.
Shut up, it's cool.
I
Is
got
it just
nothing.
like the hair was standing?
Yeah.
It's just
static?
I was just catching snowflakes.
Well, I actually do that. If I put my hand near the ground or rub a little bit and put it above Astra's hair, does any hair stick up? Is it staticky? No. Should we keep going the way we're going then? I mean, there could be a magical sword or something in there, but
There could be a magical sword anywhere.
I had a vision. I didn't have a vision.
Oh, interesting.
Did the other big one find a magical sword?
I don't think so.
Well, actually, just double checking as I'm up there, do I have a better sense of the direction that we
Oh,
need to
guns
head
are
in?
terrible.
But now with the snow,
Make a survival check.
damn it,
They're unreliable.
worse than my worst one, which is now 4.
Nice.
Mountains are still behind me. I
The
see
mountains are
that.
still behind you. You have no idea.
All right.
Oh, no, we still have to head in this general direction, right, Kelty?
In the clearing that you saw is in the general direction, like this big general direction,
What if we
but just like a little bit off to the right than what you were.
Yeah,
than
but I
the
feel
straight
like
direction
that's-
where you were at.
Do we want to scout out? Maybe we might just pass that clearing.
I mean, if we can schedule what it is from a distance, then perhaps.
Maybe somebody's baking cookies in there.
Do you typically bake cookies with electricity?
It's only one way to find
Big
out.
one.
Yeah, hi.
On your nose, you pick up another fainter scent that's starting to become a little bit more overpowering than the
Still
electrical ozone smell. It smells like burnt, like burnt wood, fire of some sort.
Does it smell like a fire or like burning wood?
But there's no smoke.
Charred wood.
Charred. I'm picking up another weird smell. It smells like something's charred. Perhaps a building, perhaps a tree.
That's odd. I didn't see any
Different
smoke.
than a bonfire? Or
Yeah, and it doesn't have that
fireplace?
nice, marshmallow
Calder,
scent.
this you're able to start picking up as well. While you
Hold
don't
on.
sense some of the electric notes, this does begin to smell a little bit stronger.
Okay.
You're able to notice it a little bit on the wind as well.
But it doesn't smell like
Not like a
a
campfire.
campfire.
No,
Okay.
I don't know
Oh,
what
you
a
would know.
campfire smells like.
Oh, you're the worst.
What?
There's a distinct campfire smell
well,
or
we
like
got-
a house on fire
At the end of the
smell.
session, we're going to have a whole conversation about this, but we'll park that for now.
That's why I asked.
What's
if
the
it smelled
difference between a campfire
No.
and just a fire?
Because it's not a charred
Well, it
place
depends
on
what it's
fire.
burning. It depends what
At
it's
the end of
burning.
the session, we're having a campfire, not just
Yeah.
a discussion about it.
Yeah.
With
Campfire
with
smells
eggnog.
great.
With
Because he
eggnog.
hasn't had that.
Yeah.
Can't have
It
quite
smells
a
like-
campfire, but we can definitely get some larceny going.
Yeah, that's true.
So something is
It smells like
Yeah.
no,
Mike
it smells
doesn't
like
need this
wood
condo
in
anymore.
particular. So it would be close-ish to a campfire, I guess.
Okay. Wait,
It
I'm
smells-
picking up a different note. It is lovely like a
It is.
campfire.
Yeah.
Entirely the smell of burning or burnt wood.
Okay.
But no smoke.
You did not see any.
It might actually be a campfire.
Perhaps.
My senses were tickled.
Maybe there's marshmallows.
Maybe.
Only one way to find out.
Yes, I know what a
Heard
fire
that a
smells
few
like.
That's the first time I've ever heard that.
I just don't know how to differentiate it from a campfire versus a wildfire versus a charcoal like fireplace fire versus a wood stove fire. They all smell the same to me. They're all just fire. Okay.
Well, while they're looking at this or having this discussion, Diamond is looking towards the back of the group, keeping an eye out for like any creature eyes or anything that
Make a
might
perception
be
check.
lurking onto us. Perception. Oh, balls. 11.
Fairly sure there's nothing around you. You don't hear or see anything.
No crocodilators.
Yeah.
Fairly quiet. Naturally, with the snow and the quiet trek through the woods, it's kind of quite reminiscent of the past where you going through the woods, went out for a hunt in the mountains. So
I hate
Brings
it.
back some good
I was
memories.
terrible at it.
yes,
Uh,
it brings back some bad memories.
That's why he's a little paranoid.
if you're all inclined to head in that direction to at least perhaps get an understanding of what's around us, then that's fine. I do worry that something may be there that puts us at risk. I mean, we've already had 2 encounters with unnatural beasts, and it's not even mid-afternoon.
I was gonna ask, what time is it? Mid-afternoon right now, or some mid?
It's a little bit after. It's probably like 2:30, 3ish.
Okay.
Well, I cannot be very silent, so I will stick back and
We can swing to the left of it, good clearing, but have just 1 or 2 of us go and scope it out real quickly while still staying.
I'm also not the quietest.
Well, maybe then
Hoku?
the 3. That's what I was gonna say. Maybe Hoku goes ahead and has a look. That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Maybe the 3 okay.
So you go open your bag and let Hoku
Yeah.
out and fly out towards in the general direction of this. Were you looking through its eyes or just sending him off?
I'll
Someone want to
stay
just
here
carry.
and look through his eyes.
Someone just
What is
carry
that
Astra
creature?
as we keep going.
Didn't you say it was like 5-10 minutes away?
Yeah.
Are we able
Let's
to carry
get
her?
closer before you do that.
Yeah.
Or I guess
What?
you could
Just
Hold
piggyback
it
her.
Yeah.
like a little kid.
Yeah.
Just sitting there. Yeah.
Alright.
And you all are continuing to travel straight.
We're
Yeah.
like, if this is where it is and we were heading this way, we might teeter more so that we're passing closer
It's like
to it.
parallel.
Yeah.
About a minute or 2 of traveling in that direction is about when Hoku begins to get visual. It's strange. It looks like a clearing of sorts. there's, as Hoku kind of soars up through the trees, trying to keep a low flight line, I guess. You come across a clearing, and in the center of it is it seems like a normal sized tree, similar to all the other trees around it, except that it basically goes up maybe about 4 or 5 feet, and it just looks burnt, charred. It's like charcoal blackened wood.
Like
guy
it's
doesn't know what a campfire
like a
is.
stump.
It looks like a crinkled old like tree, like gnarled at the top. It's almost like a little bit curved. It looks like it's been burnt and charred.
From the top?
The entirety of it is charred,
Oh.
and all around it on the ground there's just ash scattered in almost a perfect circle.
Weird. And there's no
Whoa.
movement, no signs of life anywhere?
Make a perception check.
Oh, lordy.
Hokus.
Is there any
yeah,
little
with
reminiscence of
Hoku.
flame, or is it mostly charred at this point?
Based on her perception check, you'll know.
11.
know
To the
how to do
jail.
I don't know how to do what?
Jail.
What did you roll?
An 8 for 11.
Yeah.
It's
No,
not
you don't.
cheap, shut up.
You don't see any movement or anything.
Okay, what if... Okay, I'm going to have Hoku kind of go down closer to the ground, look for footprints.
You don't see anything. There's no footprints. There's nothing.
Is there smoke coming from the tree?
Nope.
Okay, so
It's strange to you that it was snowing, but there's still this perfectly circular ring of ash that seems completely undisturbed or covered by any snow.
I bet you there's magical.
As well as the
middle.
tree. The tree itself is also uncovered with any snow.
weird. And I smell through Hoku's nose. Is that where the smell that they were
Smells
smelling is
very
coming
strongly of burnt wood.
from? Okay.
But does it smell like a campfire?
Fuck off.
There's no way to know.
We need to get used to your
There's no way to
cottage,
know.
and we need to make
There's
this
no way to know.
motherfucker.
I don't know what the difference is between a campfire and a
You
wood
would,
fire
you
stove.
will.
or
If you have
anything.
experienced a campfire, you would know.
And
Yeah.
you'll smell like it afterwards.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's in your hair.
They
it's
make
on your
candles
clothes.
called like campfire
Sounds like we need an
candles.
alcove retreat.
Anyway,
What's the
yeah.
difference
Yes.
between Okay.
There is.
We'll
I don't
talk
know
about
what
it
it is.
later.
Yeah, I don't know
There
what
we
it
go.
is, but there is. Yeah.
All right, I bring Hoku back.
If you know,
I think I found where the.
You're over there.
Oh yeah.
Why am I holding her like this?
Why are you
Also,
holding
what was
me
that
like
little
this?
creature?
That's Hoku.
Oh. I'm assuming I've met Hoku before.
Well, the other
Oh.
you has, yes.
He's rather cute.
Oh well, yes, he is.
Well, that's a change of opinion.
The other big one. Well, you thought he was a bird, but
I mean, he kind of resembles a bird, but he,
He
looks a
doesn't
little bit like a
resemble a
pseudo dragon or
bird.
something.
yes,
Yeah, I've read about them many times.
you.
I studied Professor. I've probably told you about my things in the past, but do you want down?
Oh, sure. I think I found the source of that smell that you guys were smelling. That smells like campfire, but not quite campfire.
Oh yes, I've heard of those.
Yeah. So there is a clearing over in that area. There's this a wooden tree. There's a tree, and it's all charred. And then the snow around it. There's no snow. It's just ash.
Is it made of wood?
It is a wooden tree.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I've seen metal trees before, so you never know.
Weird.
In Schema, we've made them.
do you? Now that we're closer,
Yeah.
has the smell of that electricity changed at all?
It's hard to pick out anything over the overpowering
It
smell
smells
of.
very, very charry up in
Yeah.
this nose of mine. Maybe lightning just hit it or something?
Why does that sound like a song title or like a song?
I mean,
lyric?
this version of Marwan is an R&B artist.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's weird though because there's snow everywhere else, but around the tree there's no snow. It's just ash.
Do you have anything would be able to sense the presence of electricity?
My nose.
Just a nose.
Yeah. I'm pretty good at picking out different types of metals and wood, and occasionally I've worked around electricity, so, but right now it's just, there's too much going on.
Well, if you're familiar,
It's not an It wasn't overwhelming smell like electricity either. So either this is giving that off, or something happened that caused this. But this sounds like it's been there for a while. If there's ash all over the ground,
There is, and it's not actively like smoking or anything.
that's very peculiar.
Do you think there was like lightning that went bzz, and you smelled the lightning, but maybe it was on the wind and then you picked it up, but then it was so long ago because it took time to get to us, and now we're just left with the remains of the wooden tree that's all charred.
I mean, I haven't had experience with lightning hitting a tree, but if my calculations are correct, it would probably take a little bit longer than what you just described to fully put that much ash on the ground. Typically, lightning kind of just knocks a tree and a little bit of fire.
Yeah. Do you think magic is at play here?
Oh, like a sword?
Maybe inside the tree? That's what I was
Oh,
thinking.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is not my expertise.
What are you talking about?
I don't know where
clear-
she's getting all this information. She kind of just wanted me to pick her
Oh,
up.
I can
and then
see through the bird. Hoku.
Oh, it is
The bird.
It's not a
The
bird.
bird. That was it. That was all that Hoki was able to see.
I thought that was pretty damn good.
Any creatures?
No creatures. He had a real good look. No footprints. No nothing.
Lies, they must be hidden.
Should we
Imagine
go?
it's not too far from us, the parallel
It's
side,
not.
so I might just
Oh no.
We didn't see anything.
branch off to go scope this out.
Oh no.
What about the rest of you? Are you all just continuing in the direction that
Yep.
you're going? Okay.
I feel like we should split up.
Hey, if you want to go for it.
I think I'm kind of invested in this wooden tree.
Let's go.
Go with Ark, man.
Okay.
So you split off into two groups, one of you continuing down. Arkmer and Astra are rushing off away from the direction that you all
Tiefling
were
gang.
headed in, trying to make it there and potentially back.
Wait, what's the panic word?
Pineapple.
No, I can't go for a pie.
What's your pineapple word? Panic word.
A rock.
rock?
So Arkmer and Astra, you break off from the group to rush through the trees in
Are
the
you
general
in the
direction of
trees?
this.
No, I'm just
And about maybe 2-3 minutes of rushing through, you see in front of you a clearing where these trees seem to thin out a little, and you can see through the trees this like tall, about 5-6 feet tall,
You said
roughly
4 feet last time, Faye.
4, 5, 6 feet tall.
smells like campfire now.
You walk
Roughly-
out, there's a campfire. Wait a minute.
Roughly the height of a normal mortal human.
Uh-oh.
Charred wooden stump. Spread around it, you can see off here the ground is all blackened. Its roots are kind of spread across in all directions, charred. It's strange. It's not like anything that either of you have seen before. It definitely smells very strongly of burnt wood. What do you do?
That's the wooden tree I was telling you guys about.
You gonna go poke it?
Yep. Yeah, I ain't no wimp.
You seem to know a lot about this tree.
I mean, I've read a lot of books, and books are paper, and paper comes from trees. So, yes. Okay, here we go. I walk up.
You walk up to where the ash is on the ground.
I kind of kick at it with my feet a little bit.
It brushes some of the ash aside.
I look back at Art Mirror.
You take a step forward into the ash. The ground feels warm to your touch. It feels warm even through the boots, and it feels especially weird with everything around you being fairly cold. It's an interesting feeling as you take your first step into this ashy ring of sorts. Take another step, and even the air around you, it feels warm, almost hot. You continue to approach.
I back up And I make a snowball and I throw it at the wooden tree.
Oh.
You back up, make a snowball.
Did you think I was going to
You throw it, and almost as soon as it passes over where the ash is, you can see it starts to like melt a little bit, like it starts to drip water.
Just in the vicinity?
As you throw it, as it's moving through the air, you can see that it begins to almost fall apart. And it doesn't get to the tree.
Oh.
It melts. The water kind of splashes down onto this ash, and a little bit of it rises up as steam. Particularly, like further away from you, closer to where the tree is, steam begins to rise.
Oh, that's hot.
I am immune or resistant to fire.
Mm-hmm.
If it's fire.
Yeah. Well, I think we've determined that this tree is really hot.
That's not a problem for us.
No, I know, but I tested it out, and now it's your turn for that. That's fine.
I'm gonna walk closer to it.
As you step inside Arkmir, you feel very hot. Very hot. You take a couple of steps in, begins to almost feel oppressively hot. You don't think you could make it to the tree without having to bear some of the heat damage. Do you continue?
Oh, okay. I see.
You feeling okay? You're sweating profusely right now.
You're about halfway to the tree.
Right.
In the clearing, he's not even in the ash area yet?
He's in the ash. He's
Oh.
about halfway in
I'm
the
further
ash.
than you.
Oh.
I'm like,
Well, no, and then I'm going to step forward a couple more so that we're on par.
so that's it?
100 episodes to make yourself together.
Yeah.
You get up to the same point where Arkmir is, and you feel fine. It's a little bit warm, a little bit hot, but it's not too bad.
Why are you sweating so much?
I don't know.
It's because he's a fish.
Just go to the tree, okay?
All right.
You walk up towards the tree, and as
Yeah,
you
you're
approach, the air feels hotter and hotter and hotter. Can you make a Constitution saving throw for me?
I'm backing up.
Dice.
15.
You take 1 point of fire damage.
I'm
That's
resistant.
already halved.
Okay.
So, you approach the tree, and it seems just like a really burnt tree, but it still feels a little bit like it's maybe on fire still. Like it smells hot and feels hot. You look around, and on one of the sides, you can see there's almost like a little something carved into the tree, but it's not on like. You'd have to circle around to get to it.
I look.
You'd have to circle around.
I
to get
circle
to it.
around to look
Okay,
at it.
make another Constitution thing.
Oh. 6.
You can read.
You take 9 points of fire damage. Half this time.
That's already half?
No, that's not halved.
So I
halved
take
it this time. So
4?
4. Yeah. As you wrap around a little bit, your foot briefly grazes one of the roots on the ground, and it burns a little bit, and you quickly wince away, step over it. You see a symbol carved on this tree, and you almost immediately recognize it. It's a lightning bolt. It looks almost exactly like the rune carved on Arkmir's hammer. Or sorry, Timon's hammer.
I
Yeah.
was like, Arkmir has a hammer?
Sorry. On Timon's hammer.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Arkmir, look at this.
You approach.
Can I see it from
You're
a
still a
distance?
little bit farther back. You have to like circle around.
You're like, I see
Like
it.
Astro's like right up to it, and you're like halfway between the tree and it's like a solid like 20 feet of ash, and you're probably about 10 feet in.
Can I see this lightning bolt?
You'd have to circle around, try and get to that side. But you circle around, make a Constitution save for me.
What? Ooh. Oh wait, con saving. So I add this one, right? 20. Dirty 20.
It's fine. You would take 1 damage halved, so 0.
Hey.
You circle around and you take a look, and you can barely make it out. It's almost like a little embossed and carved into this tree. It seems like very well done. Like it's been carved to almost look like it's a part of this tree in some way.
Do you think we should get Timon to come over here and like touch the hammer to the tree and maybe it'll charge it or do something really cool?
Maybe.
Can you?
No.
Can I still see it? No. Can we still see the other guys? From
Meanwhile, the rest of you three have continued to head in the general vicinity
Yep.
of where you were going. Can one of you make a survival check for me?
I can do it. Why not?
Can I assist? And there's only a few of us.
Yeah, I think so.
How was your survival?
Not good. 11.
Did you roll both?
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, I thought you said you were assisting, so I rolled.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, that's
yeah.
size.
Yeah.
You begin to head south, and shortly afterwards, you come to a clearing with the burnt tree in the middle, and you can see just on the opposite
weird.
side where those two are. You got turned around since in the tree somehow. You were thinking you were heading in the general vicinity that you were going, but you were not.
You guys probably just
At
come
all.
to me because I'm on the far side of the clearing, away from the ash.
I did not know how that was possible. But alright.
You're like this, and I was like, guys, it's this way.
Just a lot of trees ended up coming in your way.
Oh, yes, there's a burnt tree here.
Oh, you're on the opposite
It's
side of where Arkmar and Astra are,
Oh,
but
crazy.
you do see it.
It's like
on
something
the-
led us here.
What? Did you feel something? Can you
just-
see? Is there a
yes.
creature
Some
around?
unnatural force just like pulled me here.
Do I see any eyes?
Make a perception check.
Arkmir, do you think we should
Five.
get Timon to
You
come
don't
here?
see anything.
Sorry,
You
10.
just hear from
I
the other
think
side
so,
of the tree.
yeah.
I wonder if there's a sword in there.
Roll the 10.
You don't see anything.
From the other side, I just hear that.
Oh, hey, you guys. Timon, come look at this.
What?
Come
What?
see. Be careful though, because it's
Is that
really
a creature?
No, it's a tree, but it's a wooden tree, and it has the lightning bolt symbol on.
Are you guys still just standing beside the tree?
I am.
Okay. Make Constitution saving throws.
I'm further out.
Okay, yeah, you are. Still make one.
16.
11.
Here you take 1 damage, half down to 0.
Hey.
Or sorry, no, it's not half. So you still take 1 damage.
No.
Dead.
Do I still have no? Temp HP would go away, right?
Astra, what did you roll?
Should.
16.
You take 8 damage halved. So
Do we still have a max HP modifier?
No, you shouldn't.
Was that from the hot spring? I forgot what that was from.
I think so. No, it might have been
Or
through,
from
from
Arc.
aid.
I did aid.
Yeah.
Someone gave me 5.
The temp hit points would have been from the wellspring.
Yeah, the 10 health points are definitely
Oh,
gone.
those got replaced by
I did
Caltheirs.
8 at the start of the day, so you should still have it for whoever I gave it on.
Yeah,
It was
stuff
3
with the
people, I believe.
Okay.
It is,
The last 8 hours.
yeah, which could be
I
running out now,
so.
actually. Yeah.
Alright, don't get too close. I'm actually gonna back up because I'm starting to feel a little bit
What do you
woozy.
see, lass?
I see the symbol on your hammer is on the tree.
Oh, on the hammer. Hold on.
Yeah, the lightning bolt
Ah.
is on the tree. As I'm backing
Argonaut?
away. Yep.
Touch it.
Yeah, touch it to the tree, see what happens. But be careful. Arkmir went really sweaty and he kind of bitched out a little bit.
So, last time we traveled through one of these things, we well, the big one died.
I'm not saying necessarily touch it to the thing. I'm just saying that there's a mark that matches
I
that
died to a
mark.
tree?
No, you died to a pillar. And I walk in the direction of the tree.
You do feel the heat as you take a couple of steps in.
Oh, it's hot in here. What's going on?
I'm not telling you to do anything one way or the other. I'm just saying that
Is there? Where is this heat coming from?
from the stick.
It's emanating through the ground. And just be careful if you're going through, but it gets really intense the closer you get.
Oh, okay.
A little too intense for some.
Well, I pull my shield up. So I have the shield and the hammer, and I get close.
You approach the tree. Make a Constitution saving throw.
18.
You take 2 points of fire damage.
Time it's out. You wouldn't have a temp though left.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
I thought I put 0 there.
There you go. Zed, you go.
Alright, I get closer.
You approach the tree. You notice on the trunk of the tree there's the lightning bolt symbol carved that matches the rune that you have.
Is it very similar?
Almost identical.
When I get the hammer close? Anything?
Nothing happens.
Maybe you're supposed to break it.
You just want to see if there's a sword inside.
No.
I say, I look at the
these
tree.
swords.
I say,
Nothing happens.
alright.
Make
Try
another
growling
Constitution
again.
saving throw. Make a Constitution saving throw.
10.
This time you take 7 points of fire damage.
Oh boy.
Ow.
It's
Ow.
very, very hot.
That is very, very hot in here.
You should probably take
I may
off
try
your
again.
clothes.
Aganas!
Nothing happens.
Nothing? Does even the hammer respond? Should I hit the tree? In my experience, I find that hitting something gives some result, so
I mean,
I will hit it.
Oh boy. Oh dear God.
Hit like symbol with a symbol.
Symbol on the side.
No,
so
Simba's not on the side. Simba's
There's a symbol
on the front
face?
because
Okay.
like it's where I hit.
Leaves an imprint in his enemies.
Makes sense. Make an attack roll for me.
Kids looking at you.
Attack roll.
Yeah.
19.
Roll damage.
Damage. So this is yeah, 13 points of damage.
So the hammer connects with this tree right where the runes are. And you expect to hear the sound of the hammerhead kind of hitting wood, crunching.
Splintering.
Instead, what you hear is a loud, thundering crack.
Oh wow.
And from the tree, a single bolt of red lightning cracks out to the sky above you. It dissipates. You definitely smell ozone on the air. Very quickly.
Is it
Happened in the blink of an eye, and it's gone.
is it cooler now?
Not really.
I will back out.
Is there a black cloud above us now?
Make a perception check for me.
Oh boy.
24.
Where the lightning bolt went up into the sky as you're looking at it, does seem to be getting darker.
Oh.
We need to move now?
Alright. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing.
There's a black cloud forming above.
Let's get out of here.
oops.
I am running in the other direction.
Yeah.
You
I will
begin-
follow suit.
You very quickly turn tail and just immediately begin
correcting.
booking, course correct, and begin booking your way through the woods in the
that's
general
really
direction that you were originally hoping to head. Whoever's leading the way, make a survival check for me really quickly.
I will not do it this time.
Come on. Oh, that.
Cocked.
It's cocked.
Okay.
Can I say that I'm assisting? I'll be climbing a tree.
Sure. Come on.
You stop to climb a tree.
All right, dirty 20.
It's like a minute.
Dirty 20.
Okay. You're fairly certain, okay, this way is away from the mountains. The general idea.
I swear to
You
God,
begin
if I open
rushing.
up at the clearing again.
You begin to book it.
The other side.
Keeping a wary eye over your shoulder and over the next 5, 10, 15 minutes as you head out. The sky does seem to be getting darker from around that grove where you are.
What does that mean?
It means you hit something you shouldn't have.
Don't have an argument. Okay.
Don't worry. I know how that feels. It's okay.
Did you continue
likes
to
to
book
press
it
buttons, eh? Is that how I died?
for about half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour as evening begins to fall? You are fairly certain that you're far enough away from the group, from the scorched tree, that you should be safe. The sky above you doesn't seem to be dark. Off in the distance, you can maybe see it, but because of the tree line and the way that it is, you'd have to, like, Arkmar, I imagine, climbs up a tree and you can see off in the distance. It's a very, very small storm cloud, not like the ones that you've seen in the past, but it's definitely there, and definitely crackles a little bit with red lightning. Yeah. As you find a small, you actually come across a river that's kind of flowing, but is half frozen, still, like, kind of flowing a little bit underneath. You think that the banks of this river might be a reasonable spot to either camp, either on this side or on the opposite. It's up to you for the evening. As you guys begin to set up for camp, that's probably a good spot to take a break.
Oh, shit.
Is there something that you want to do?
I was gonna ask Arkmar, by the river, if he sticks his hand into that water, how does it feel for him right now? Does it feel like freezing, or is it...
It feels nice. Like lukewarm, a little bit chilly. Like, not hot or cold, just
Right.
normal.
Okay.
Just right.
Arkmar goes in for
Alright,
both.
we're gonna head for a short break and be back in about 5 minutes.
Bye bye.
Bye. On that note,
Continuing
Alive.
where we left off, you're on the banks of a river, just around sunset, potentially just a little bit after sunset. Are you looking to set up camp on this side of the river? Are you going to try and board across the river before setting up camp?
How wide's the river?
Probably solid 10-15 feet.
Does it look safe to cross right now?
I could jump that far.
It's not frozen. It is like flowing.
Does it
Cold.
Does it look like a fast flowing?
It's not fast flowing. No.
Oh, it's deep.
So, I've been working on this really cool thing, and we don't have to use it now. Because we're kind of just met. I can make us a secret base in the sky.
What?
What?
Do that.
What?
But
Yes.
it costs a lot of resources,
Do it.
but it is really cool. Basically, I take a rope and I throw it in the air, and then we go inside the rope.
We go in.
I don't know if it works. I've fooled around with it in my workshop. My dad would never let me try it because he said it was dangerous. But I got it and I saw it once, and it stayed in the air, which means it worked.
How do we get inside the
You
rope?
climb up. It goes into a thing in the sky. We climb it, go inside of this thing in the sky. I pull the rope up. When we're ready to leave, I drop the rope down. We climb down.
I've heard enough information. Let's do it.
I've never tried it, but it sounds really cool. I call it the rope trick.
There's only one way to find
We're
out.
going into
Does it move?
Like what do you mean?
The
Is
thing in
it
the
like a
sky.
balloon?
No, I could read you the D&D Beyond. No, it doesn't. It basically just opens up like what I read from books, a pocket dimension.
Sounds like we're going into. I would call it the upside down.
I don't like using it all the time. I've never used it, but I don't want to use it all the time.
Upside up.
But
The
granted,
upside
there's
down.
big ass
Upside
creatures
down.
that keep stumbling through. I mean, we just killed a freaking gorilla with 4 arms, 2 little baby ones, and Frank. Kakakagator. Do we really want to just be chilling here in case we wake up and they're all around us? Now I know you create a little fancy hut thing,
That's on the ground, though.
but if we wake up and there's 100 beasts outside,
You've
I look
already
around.
sold us.
What does it take to make? You said it was.
a rope. I got it in my backpack.
Oh, I thought you mentioned it took. A lot
Oh,
of
it takes a lot of
resources.
my magical capabilities.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're good with that.
Yeah,
Just do it already.
Can I assist in any way?
I don't know. I don't think so. Like I said, I don't know if it's gonna work. I have to press a button on my tablet.
So you pull out from your backpack this
It's-
rope.
yeah.
You on this side of the river?
That we have to decide.
Can you
What
throw
are-
it diagonally across the river?
No, it just goes. It just goes. We just climb into it.
Do you know what it's like inside?
No, I was forbid from ever trying. I got curious once, but
I just wonder if it's the climate of the outside, we're just in the air, or if it's warm in there.
Maybe it's everything you can dream it to be.
Maybe. I just wonder if we cross.
it
the
doesn't.
river
It doesn't
now-
actually say that. I have no idea if it's warm or not, or if it's just sleeping in the fucking. It just says the extra dimensional space can be reached by climbing to the top of the rope. The space can hold up as many 8 medium or smaller creatures. The rope can be pulled into the space, making the rope disappear from the view outside the space, and then we just drop it when we're ready to leave.
I just wonder, do we cross the river now and allow our gear and everything to dry overnight? Or do we go across tomorrow and trek through the rest of the
It
forest
also costs
wet?
paper, which I would just. I'd have to buy more.
How
paper,
wide is this
so.
river?
About 10, 15 feet. Closer to 15 than 10.
Are there any trees that are over that height?
Look up and down the river. Not really.
Okay.
I mean, you might be able to chop one down, potentially, if you really want to.
How tall are the trees around the area?
I think
Or
closer
the
to the bank.
closest to
There
the-
are some trees that are tall enough, you would
Yeah.
think, to cross
We
the
might
river.
not want to sleep in it. It only lasts an hour. But I just wanted to say in case we get in trouble. I remember from my research, it didn't. Yeah, I remember from my research, the rope did fall after about an hour, so we could try it. I could make first watch, so if I
Guys,
fall
I
out
just wanna
first, I
try
could catch
I
you.
still think it might be wise to cross now and use the campfire to
It is a good escape route. I just want
to
to
dry
have it
out
up my sleeve.
rather than spending the entire day.
That's an important part of
walking.
Why does it say at the very end?
Yeah.
I agree. We should
Stupid.
cross. I'm just wondering if there's a better way
Easier
to.
way.
Yeah, an easier way.
Can we tell how deep it is? Like if we grab like a big stick. And
What is it, Timon?
It's fairly deep.
What is fairly deep?
The stick that you pull out does not reach the bottom of the river.
Oh,
But like, did I pull a stick like this?
This big of a stick is you find like a fairly large, maybe like
I just I'm like,
4 foot like branch.
can't reach
You
the bottom.
dip it in, and it doesn't.
I mean,
Okay.
I can do this. I'll summon my clone on the other side and teleport there.
well,
Well,
that
that's
doesn't help.
good for you.
Can you
I'll
bring
I'll
one
teleport back.
of us with you?
No. I could be over there and catch you guys.
I am
I'll teleport back.
not comfortable with going into
I'm
the
full
water.
of good ideas,
so,
guys.
How about we chop a couple trees down
a bridge.
and make a bridge?
Sure.
You could just kind of like.
I can, but I'm not going to just.
Well, it's
leave
2 of
you
us. We
over.
can catch them.
Can you carry me?
No. You've seen how
Oh,
how
don't
weak
sell,
I
don't
actually
sell
am.
yourself. Or you're very strong. I could toss you. But there's a small chance with my other 2 other good ideas that it goes awry and you end up down the river.
Well,
Are you a good
those
swimmer?
chances are pretty good. There's.
You couldn't happen to turn into a dragon by chance or anything, right?
I have actually before.
Well, I had an image in my head of you doing
Yeah.
that, but I don't know where it's from.
That was
but-
me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
I
jump,
didn't think
jump
that
down
was
a
real.
tree.
That's
No,
impressive.
that was real. That
You
happened.
find a tree nearby, and you begin to get to work on.
Yep.
Do you have an axe?
I have 4.
I'll take
Full
it.
size axes? Not like
well,
hand axes?
Hand axes.
I'll help him. Yeah, I'll
It's
take
gonna have to
one.
be a pretty small.
It's gonna
tree.
take some time,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I mean,
You'll
I could
eventually
just-
be able to chop one down a tree, and probably like I don't know how long does it take to chop down a tree.
5
If
seconds.
it's a big tree
They're gonna have to
with
ask-
a full axe, a decent.
What do we have
chunk of
multiple
time.
people helping?
Well,
Yeah, one on each side.
I mean, I could also just like knock it down.
all right, let's do that. I giant smite.
God.
I will giant smite and try to like break the tree.
Yeah.
Like I assume that we are making a few cuts at the
Yeah.
base, and then I will try to like knock it down with the hammer.
Okay. I don't even know what type of check this would be. Just make like athletics checks. The people who are helping to chop it down.
We got this big boy.
Guidance.
Ooh, a 4.
23.
24.
Big boys.
I don't know if I rolled better than you, but I have +5, +4, so it's a +9.
Well, you probably.
You begin to get to work with an
I'm
axe.
pretty strong.
An axe on both sides. You begin to make a little bit of progress.
Well,
It still takes about
yeah, that's fine.
20 minutes to half an hour to
Yep.
chop down a tree.
Yep, that's fine.
I did do giant smite.
Yeah, yeah, it helps. Normally
Yeah,
it would
it's
take
true.
an hour, and there's 2 of you, so it's going to be a little bit of work, and there's a lot of noise happening here
Yeah.
as they start digging into this tree. What are the rest of you doing?
In case we
Well,
quickly need to get out, I do have a rope that I've been working on.
What are the rest of you doing?
I'm going to. Trying to think if it makes sense.
We should angle
I'm
the
gonna-
cuts towards the river, so we can just like.
Yeah. I'm going to step of night over the thing to the other side. Just go up and over really quickly.
Oh
And
wait,
then
hold this end of the rope.
I'll come back. And I'm just gonna look on the other side to see if I can find just like a good flat place that makes sense to just like set up a place here. It probably makes sense to kind of stay close to the river right now, and then just start
Yeah.
setting up a campfire like close by.
It's fairly, honestly, on the opposite side, the trees are a little bit more sparse, so pretty much wherever you fly over, you would be able to find.
Okay.
Fairly straightforward to set up.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
getting
fire.
the fire going so that it's ready for when people get across, and if anybody gets wet, then I got the fire going.
It's my secret. I'm always wet.
Arkmare, what are you up to?
Let's just see.
Don't your boots stick to like walking? Just walk in the river.
Yeah, but I've got someone else to care about now.
Giant. He's a father.
Bothering a bunny. Oh yeah, you use bunny.
I'm probably. I mean, if people just wait for the tree to get cut down, I mean, I may look around just to see what the situation is with the clouds. But other than that, I am. I've got my feet in the water and boots off, feet in the water, just
flashing
chilling.
around.
Make a perception check.
That's what popped into my head too.
Oh, won't matter. 1.
You don't notice anything. You're too distracted by the river.
Yeah, the water's really nice.
Just
Just get more familiar with my tonk tonk.
Astro, what do you do?
I'm going to be sitting cross-legged, kind of in between where these guys are working on the tree and where Lavin's dinkling his toes in the water.
He's doing what? He's hovering over the water, just dangling in the water.
Dipping his paws.
Oh, what are you doing?
Great.
That's Saturday night.
Even better. The imagery is so good.
Sorry, Astro, what were you doing?
I don't know.
Damn, that's funny.
I
should have cried like a little schoolgirl.
I'm kind of in between whatever Arthur is doing
Whoa.
and the guys at the tree.
With my hurdy-gurdy.
You're talking.
I don't know why that name came up in my head. I was like, whoa. My hurdy-gurdy.
I'm gonna be sitting cross-legged on the ground, and I'm gonna see through Hoku, and I'm gonna have him go fly across the river and kind of scope out the area to see if there's any threats.
Make a perception check with Hoku.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's that kind of session.
Yeah.
told you didn't buy a big enough.
Don't worry, we save it for when we need to beat the shit out of face creatures.
Yeah.
True.
that's 2 in jail. I rolled a 2 for a 4.
Because the light
That
wasn't
is
on.
the cheapest
Yeah.
fucking price I've ever seen.
Yeah, but it has a light in
It does have a lot.
Hoku doesn't see much. It's fairly peaceful and calm, honestly. Like, the river's flowing gently. The sun has just set, and the last rays of the sunset are kind of disappearing. And anything that you would hear was just drowned out by the noise of axe on tree.
Okay.
So, yeah, you don't make out much.
And hurdy-gurdy.
Probably about 20-30 minutes after you started. Roll a d20 for me with advantage, one of you. Or both of you just roll once and take the higher number.
Do it once.
Once.
18.
12.
Okay. You're able to, by making sure that you chop in the right spot, ensure that the tree kind of would fall in the general direction of where you want it to.
Okay.
You begin to feel it tipping over, and
Get
you
ready.
take a step back, and the loud sort of splintering, crashing noise as the tree tips over. Some of its pine branches falling into the river, crashing against it, splintering across some of the ice that has formed, just thin ice that's formed on the surface of this river. There's a now large tree that can potentially be crossed.
I'm gonna go to the. Are you still able to get across?
Oh, yes.
Perhaps we have someone on each side, at least one person, as people start crossing until the last person.
Maybe we do a
I can
rope
fly
too?
back as well, though I'm not very strong.
I need that roll.
It probably makes sense for me to be on the other side to help them cross, get off, right? Or do you want me on this side?
I'm on that side.
Why
Do
did
you
you ask me
think-
if I could teleport?
Because I'm weak.
Big one, could you hold a rope maybe on the side that we're on?
Sure.
And could we fasten the other end to maybe a tree? The other side?
Yeah, is there a tree kind of in line close-ish to it? Just as a...
Ish. With the 50 feet of rope, you should be able to find
Yeah,
a
okay.
tree on
Yeah.
both ends that can kind of cross it.
Sure. Yeah. I'll just hold on, tie it to my waist a little bit.
I'm just gonna put on my boots and then run across one of those log runner things.
Yeah, I think with your feet being able to stick, obviously it's a little bit strange because there are branches that are now in your way, and you have to step around and across. And maybe as you're going, you actually chop some of the branches out
That's
of the way.
exactly what I was gonna say.
for
Yeah, just like
your
hack at them.
friends to make their way across.
Here, have an
I'm not going to belabor on this tree for too long. Probably around like 10-20 minutes later. Just the sun is fully set. It's dark. You've got a campfire going. You're on the other side of the river.
All I would say is I would help get Tymond and whoever wants to help to just push the tree as best as we can, so it's not a bridge in case an animal comes.
Okay.
Like if
So
we
after
can
you
push our
cross,
end
you can
into
potentially
the water or something.
Yeah, like after you cross, you can potentially spend another 20-30 minutes.
Sure.
Just both of you just roll Constitution saves for me.
I just
You
wanna
guys are
add
pushing, and I'm
to-
like, I'm helping.
Natural 20 for 24.
It is 17.
Okay, that's fine.
I just want to add too, when Astra was crossing, Hoku was right in front of her, and even though he could fly across, he was also just kind of like tiptoeing across and like trying to keep his balance.
Sure.
Because he's cute like that.
You make your way
Because he's a
across.
bird.
The sun is set. It's dark. You sit around this warm campfire. What would you like to do?
It's still early-ish in the evening. Like it's.
Yeah, it's about probably 8 p.m.
I'll,
roughly.
I'll do the tools for the right job, and I'll just get like a little pot, and I'll pull out some of the vegetables that I took from Elmer's place, and just start cooking us up a little bit of a nicer meal. Potentially one of our last nicer meals we'll have for a while.
Parkman?
I'm just gonna climb up a tree again to take another look of where things are.
You climb up the tree. You take a look around. Make perception check.
Perception 17.
Yep, it's gonna be.
You
Slim
notice
pickings
off
till we
in
get
the
to the
northwest red lightning falling from the sky, a very small localized spot.
In the direction of
in
the-
the direction from where you came.
Okay.
It's not often. It's just like maybe sporadic, once every few, like once a minute, maybe even less than that. But definitely is there.
That looks pretty like stationary
Contained,
there.
very
Contained.
location focused. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't notice anything else out of the ordinary. Out there.
For right now, I'll mostly just be cataloging the things that we encountered today, and also just reading a bit more through some of the books I have, just around like necromantic creation stuff, or anything that seems kind of like that.
Okay. Time. Was there anything here?
Lost, come here. Sit with me by the fire.
Don't you love the smell of campfire?
It's very nice. Different than larceny. That doesn't smell good.
Oh, I know. It's not even the same.
No, there's all the insulation burning. Smell bad for you.
Yeah.
The other day I was asking you about these runes, and do you have any idea why they do these things? I mean, here, and I take out one of the beard rings that I carved one of the runes on. This is the rune that I first saw on the lightning rift at War Day when we were there. Freedom Hold.
Is that when you snuck out in the middle of the night and all the rocks were all? Yeah.
When I got like very tired and banged up
Right.
for a while. So I saw this on the lightnings.
The lightning made a rune in that shape?
Alright.
Huh.
Alright. And here, take it. Why is this magical? I don't know. I mean, I keep scratching these things as when I see them, but I don't know what they mean, and I don't know what to do with them. Other than, like, slap them and get really angry and something happens.
Something does usually happen. Do I recognize the rune, or like, can I make an Arcana check?
Make an Arcana check.
It is an actual dwarven rune.
Yeah.
By the way.
Okay. That's a nat 20 for 25.
Okay. Which rune is it?
Stone.
You immediately recognize the word that this rune represents. It's means stone. There doesn't seem to be anything inherently magical about this. Either the item or the rune or anything. It seems simply like a piece of well-forged metal. It is metal,
Steel.
right? Steel. With a rune carved into it. You're fairly certain that it's not normally magical. You're fairly certain it doesn't have any of the normal arcane writings and like magic that gets poured into it in order to make an item magical. It's not really magic.
So you're all about magic, right?
I am all about magic, but I'm sorry, but that's not magical. I'm not sensing anything from it.
Can you make a history check for me?
Sure can.
What do you mean it's not magical?
Well, 19 for 24.
You remember reading in many of your books and stories across Rivenac, there used to be a much more prevalent, you could say, folk, essentially, that towered over the land. You could potentially call them giants or giant beings. We're talking 50, 60, 100 feet tall colossi. You remember reading about how their magic came from the earth, came from the natural materials of the planet. And in order to float their energy through it, they used these runic languages and these runes that would carry this power. You don't know whether any of it is truth. It might have just been a story that somebody came up with. But immediately thinking of a metal object that has a rune carved in it, but it's not inherently magical, that's kind of the first place that your mind goes to from your recollection of things.
But what do you mean it's not magic? Here, give it to me.
Here.
And I take it, and I focus on it, and I cast my the stone rune effect on Jen. So the rabbit needs to make a wisdom saving throw DC 15.
Oh no.
It fails.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
so like you see Diamond's eyes flare a little bit, or like red lightning towards the edges, and then the bunny just falls asleep. Dead.
It's just here, my thing. It's just out.
Now cold.
Yeah, knocked out.
He put it to sleep.
Is she dead? Did you just kill her?
You see
Archmere?
how long this lasts?
I still hear her. I guess I still hear a heartbeat. I'm just like,
Oh, thank God. Okay.
You're sitting there, you're like,
She's just like
she's
limp.
drooling.
yeah.
I mean, the only other time I did this was in the dungeon, and then Arkmir proceeded to kill it immediately after he fell asleep. So I didn't know if it would die or not, but like it's still alive.
Okay, well, I'm happy that she's still alive, but next time you're trying to make a point, you don't have to go that extreme.
But you told me that this is not magic.
I'm not saying it's. I get it. It's weird. Like, I don't know. It's not like anything I've seen before, but there are stories that I used to read. I don't know if they were real or not. It seemed like folklore.
Astra, did you just risk Jen's life?
Me? No.
She probably wakes up at this point. It lasts
Sleep for like a minute.
Oh yeah. Did you just?
Did she just hear Arkmir say that she's gonna blame me now?
You just risk.
It wasn't me. It was Diamond.
You told him that it wasn't magical.
I didn't say that means kill a rabbit.
You had to prove.
Whose side
You
are
had to
you
make
on?
sure. We're just thankful that nothing happened to Jen.
So,
As I was saying, there,
folklore?
yeah,
What
there are these
about
stories.
it?
I don't know. It could just be nonsense, like kid stories, about giants, and they had magic in a sense, but they would use runes that they would put into items, like material from the earth, to get the magic through. I always just thought it was a bunch of baloney, but maybe it's something that's, I don't know. Maybe there are giants that are bajillion feet tall.
Voice in my head. Did anything like this ever come across me in
Make a history
out
check.
here? Sorry, I said called to him in Cornwall.
Oh,
Like,
it's like,
huh?
what?
Never mind. History.
I meant hurdy-gurdy.
It's 10.
My characters are
Not
everything.
really.
Forward out for Tom.
I have storybooks back at the tower about it, but I suppose at some point we could probably make a little. Probably end up at the tower at some point, I'm sure. But maybe in the meantime, what we could do is if we come across any libraries, maybe they have some books about those tales I've read before. Maybe that'll give us more information.
But why me?
You're special.
I'm just a blacksmith.
Maybe you've been chosen by Arkansas. Well,
Argonauts?
Mhm.
But
Haagen Dazs.
Argonauts?
Yeah. Maybe you've been chosen by Haagen Dazs.
We need to get a sponsorship.
Hey, not sponsored. All right. All I'm trying to do is help my sister, and I mean, this rune of Vaganas only appeared after we traveled to the rift.
Well, it did.
But it seems like Agadas is somehow related to this thing. I don't know, I had never heard of him before.
I mean, I have.
Is it one of those good gods, or is it one of those like
More one of
destroy?
the ones. From what I know about him, from my stories, he's also known as the Destroyer, which doesn't necessarily sound like a good thing. I don't know. He really likes destruction, conflict. Also brings on things like storms and red lightning.
That sounds about right.
It adds up, doesn't it?
It
Yeah.
does. What does it want with me?
Well, maybe he's trying to send you a message, because I do also recall that this god doesn't like to dwell on the past. And I don't know if he thinks maybe... Is he trying to tell you that pursuing Anya is the past? I'm not saying it. I'm saying maybe he's...
She's alive. I saw it. She's alive.
Yeah.
Maybe saved her.
I mean, I could be way off. He's also, basically like YOLO. So like you only live once. Live life to the fullest.
Okay. Well, thank you for lending me your ear for a bit.
I think if we come across any libraries in the near future, probably not along here, I don't imagine, but maybe we can get some more information there.
Okay.
You smell the well-cooked stewed vegetables that are just boiling over the fire. Calder. Off in the distance, your keen ears pick up a bit of a sound. Coming from further away from the river. Sound kind of like shh. Really rhythmic.
Am I familiar with that kind of sound?
Make a perception check.
Someone churning butter.
Yeah.
Someone being dragged.
Jesus Christ. 11.
Jail?
It's a bit too faint to really make out much at the moment.
Okay. I'll just keep listening for it now to see if it sounds like it's getting closer. Like, I don't mean like I'm just gonna, but I'm gonna keep it here.
Over
for
the
it.
next, 5, 10, 15 seconds, it's obvious that it's getting closer.
Oh, that was fast.
It's getting louder. You can tell it kind of sounds like footsteps along with something being dragged.
Is it on the other side of the river?
It's on the same side, just in the woods.
Oh, in the woods.
Yeah.
No, I'm just imagining the guy who sold the stuff before.
Oh,
Yeah.
with the hood.
Sliding along.
There may be something coming towards us.
You see him pull out a rope. Big one's scared.
Sounds like there's something in the woods getting closer. I can't exactly make out what it is. Perhaps something being dragged through the snow.
In a good way, dragged.
I don't know.
What kind of good way is there to be dragged in the snow?
Well, maybe it's not a person or a thing being dragged. Maybe it's a bag.
Or a slap.
It could be Santa.
It is that time of year.
Maybe be on high alert.
Yeah, we don't have many places to hide here, so. just need to
Don't
be
you
aware.
have like a special place?
It would burn through some materials, and
Be upside up.
we wouldn't be able to see. I don't think so.
Can I gauge approximately how close it is through the woods?
I have an idea.
I can see 300 feet in the darkness.
You can. It's just there's a lot of trees,
you have a
so
bird? I could-
you
I
don't
can
immediately
see
see
anything.
anything.
I do.
You don't immediately see
But
anything.
the
Based
other
on the
thing
noise,
that
probably
we
like
could consider
300,
is if we
200
go
feet.
up there and I can do
300 feet.
clairvoyance.
Seems like a lot.
Hard
for
to tell.
Potentially nothing, though.
Mm.
Why don't you send your
But
bird?
we are
first?
also about to rest.
You should go see your bird. Hoku.
You sure you don't? But I just really want to see the rope thing.
Oh, we'll see it.
Okay. Okay.
Hello.
What do you do?
Sending Hoku.
Okay. You send Hoku and you close your eyes and look through it.
I pick her up just as thickly.
I just regular.
Exploring through, make a perception check with Hoku. And does Hoku have dark vision?
Yes.
Okay.
Jeez.
I say confidently, and then let me. Yes, he does. 60 feet.
What goggles are on now? Oh, God, Hoku's so bad. You can't put all your dice in there.
I'm gonna.
He does
need
have
some more
advantage
dice.
on
He does
perception
definitely
checks
try.
that rely on sight, hearing, or smell.
He gets.
so-
You haven't been doing that, have you? Oh, dear God. Why would you roll the same dice?
Because they're all in jail.
You got one right there.
Okay, but it's too late now. Shut up! It's really cool, you guys.
What's your roll?
What was it? A 4 for
you
a
rolled.
6? Or sorry,
7.
Hoku
for
just
7?
flies through the trees and he can't seem to spot the source of the noise.
I don't think anything's out there, you guys.
Can we hear it now, too?
Yeah, I would say if you...
Thanks.
Yeah, in like another minute
Do
or so
I
you do.
smell anything like a dead
what did
animal
that-
carcass?
Make a perception check. You can do it with advantage. No, it's smell related.
14.
Okay.
19. Rolled 16.
Thank you.
Not really. Not in your immediate vicinity, no.
I don't smell any blood or anything.
Our other friend couldn't see very well in the dark. Are you
Oh, that's what these goggles are for.
okay?
I'm alright. And I run to like a bit to the side of our camp, and I have the Glanco's Chimera cape. I make it white and I drop on the snow.
Yes.
So like almost
You're a sniper. Yeah.
sniper like.
Okay.
Do what I did last time.
It is. It's fairly dark.
I
When
will-
you do, but you do manage
120.
to head.
I will
road away
preemptively
from the
Yeah.
use my echo, and I would like to summon him in a tree roughly above us somewhere, just in a branch. Oh, wait, he flies, so
Okay.
I'm gonna pile drive this motherfucker.
Okay.
But I do want to aim it so he's like in a branch. So if I have to like land, like teleport and land into a tree, I can. You know,
Can I
I'm
use
fucking
Mask
huge.
of Many Faces to to disguise myself as a snowman.
Sure.
Arrow shoots through
That
the
is
air.
that's great that you're allowing it. Yeah, just you're like, whoa.
You have
How'd
to
you
stay
do that?
perfectly still.
I can do that.
Oh god.
I just rolled you into snowballs.
I imagine like a foe just comes into sight and just sees like fire and then like a snowman.
Like clicks.
I was just gonna.
I just want-
I'm
just
assuming
imagine
you
the
just
sound,
climbed
you're
up
like,
a tree.
I was
So it's just Galpir.
Just like pops into your
really
lands.
quickly
You're like,
before you go up, I'm just gonna say, here, let's get your eyes a little more on my level, and I'm gonna give you the 300 feet of dark vision.
The military grade sound goes on.
So here by the fire is just a big one and out there.
I think so, yeah.
I'm not getting too close
Right
to
now,
the
I'm just sitting as I was still at the campfire. I'm not even trying to hide. At the
Yeah, I'll
moment.
just
I'm
kind of sit there
Kinda like,
knowing
come at
that
me,
my
bro.
echo's in a good spot.
Just like, come at me, bro.
I'm just trying to not look hostile in any way at the moment.
Looking through with your dark vision, you do eventually see movement in the trees. And you see a humanoid-looking shape like walking towards you all.
Really tall, really big, normal size.
Elmer looking.
Yeah.
A little shorter than normal, but not like dwarven height. Like taller than a dwarf, shorter than your average human.
Do they look like they're moving very nimbly? Like
No,
like
they're moving
Elmer?
very slowly.
Oh, okay.
Is it
very, very
female?
slowly.
Female?
Honestly, from this distance, all you can make out is like a hood and a long cloak
Cassandra?
that's kind of like fur laden and
Cassandra,
it's
right,
dragging
yeah,
along the ground. Like just dragging along the ground behind them and at their feet. You can't even see their feet moving because it's just the cloak that's just covering them entirely.
Yeah.
It's very, very slowly approaching.
I'm going to wait until they
sticking
get
out.
to like get
I
to the tree
had
line.
my fist ready, but
With your keen ear, you do pick up almost like a clinking noise, kind of like armor.
Okay.
You can probably tell from having traveled with time in like fairly reasonably heavy armor walking. So.
you probably hear from the big one.
And this figure is about 60 or so feet away. You can make out. It looks like a shorter human, essentially. But because of the like thick woolen cloak, just as they're walking, you can see like briefly like a little bit of glinting from underneath the cloak, as though the figure is wearing an armor
Yeah.
of sorts.
Does it look like they're dragging anything, or it's just their big cloak?
It's just their big cloak.
Okay.
It's just dragging along the ground. You can kind
Jon
of
Snow.
hear the like sound of their metal boots kind of on the forest floor. Fairly hard to mistake or miss at this point. And as they approach, probably around 40, 45 feet away, the figure kind of raises a heavy like metal gauntleted arm out from the thick cloak and just like waves at you.
I just wave back.
The snowman waves back. I'm like, dear God.
You hear a very soft voice come from this figure, one that you didn't expect. It's a very soft, almost like frail woman's voice that just says, "Hello."
Sound familiar?
Not really.
Okay. I don't know if there's somebody we've met
Yeah.
before.
No.
No?
Greetings.
Ma, you're big. As the figure approaches and like drops the
Not the
hood,
only thing.
you just see this pale, almost like very, very pale, blonde-haired woman with long ears, clearly of like at least half elven or elven descent.
How
Wearing this
pale are
like
we talking?
not as pale as you,
Okay.
but still fairly pale.
Challenged.
Somewhat pale.
Her
Fairly
head
tan.
seems oddly sized for the armor that she's wearing.
Yeah, okay.
Definitely something seems off or odd about her and like this armor. Her like face looks very frail. Doesn't look like she could even be carrying this much armor on her. Essentially, she's like very slowly walking towards you, clambering towards you. She stopped and waved. And, you all are camping here?
Yes. What brings you out this far into the woods?
Oh, it's I haven't met anyone in a very long time, and I just saw that you all were out here, so.
The whole time, like, as you're engaging in conversation here, I'm really just trying to pick up on any, like, subtleties in the way that she's speaking to see if she's putting on an act, or if she's, like, just really trying to, like, play the, like, oh, I'm so frail, and so, like,
Actually, on similar point,
Okay.
do I notice any other movement or sounds in the neighboring area? Like,
Make an insight check, make a perception check.
Can I help with the perception as I'm kind of...
Okay. No, I would say both of you make separate checks because you're both too far away. So if one of you notices, you won't necessarily be able to tell the other.
go, finally. 26.
Ten.
I see everything. There's no escaping
This should be 17.
Off in the distance, fairly far away from you, you do think you catch a glimpse of something moving. Not in the direction that she came from, but in like almost similar, but a little bit off to the right distance, just through the trees. You just briefly saw something moving.
Okay.
I will message you directly.
Me too.
I'm gonna send a
Arthur
message
just
to
runs.
Timon and say, take the shot.
Simon's just like, should I take the shot? Why does it look like a Furby?
Loki rolled some snowballs and kind of made himself
Me
a little
too.
snowman. Yeah.
Timon is like muttering to himself, I am one with the gun.
The gun is one with me.
The gun is one with me.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were messaging him.
Oh, I thought you were messaging me too. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna hop down.
Just kidding.
Where did you come from?
Where did you go?
You look, pardon me, but you look a little lost.
Where'd you come from, Cotton Eye?
No, I actually live about a little ways away from here, down southeast from here. I actually wanted to invite you, and I think I saw you had some friends as
Nope,
well.
it's just us.
I just wanted to invite you all to come and visit me, perhaps tomorrow. The woods are not going to be safe tomorrow night, and you all seem like perfectly lovely travelers. I wouldn't want anything untoward to happen to you.
Insight check. Do I believe?
Make an insight check.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Plus 0, 16.
She.
Kind of hard to read. My name's Shay.
Shay?
Can't trust Shay.
Shayira. Shay.
So she's wearing, is it SHAY or E?
S-H-A-E.
I spelled it
That's
right.
what I did.
First
Shayira.
starting to panic, and probably very visibly panicking. You said she's wearing very bulky stuff.
She is.
Do I notice any vampire marks based on the stories these two were telling me earlier?
Make a perception check.
Does it involve smell?
Not really.
Not bad. 17.
Don't really see anything.
I'm still freaking out.
What happens tomorrow night?
Oh, you might already know this. Tomorrow night is the night of the full moon. And there are creatures abound in these woods that, let's just say, perhaps lose some of their sense and sensibilities around said time.
Like werewolves and vampires?
Yes, like
Are you a
anthropic
vampire?
beings. I mean, Maybe? No? Yes?
I teleport to my other. So now it's just a blue thing sitting in front of Roman.
Yes, I believe that actually is what you people would call a being like me, yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the tree now, scared shitless. I left behind a poo.
I mean you no harm, and on my word, no harm will come of you if you were to come and visit me. I haven't had any visitors in a very long time, and I do think it will be much safer for you in my home than it would be much safer for you in my home than it would be out here.
I would love to have you for dinner.
I've wanted to suck your throat.
So long.
Particularly for some of you, these woods will be very dangerous tomorrow.
Sorry, you said I might already be familiar?
Yes, on your glaive there, the symbol, the goddess of the moon. You would know that tomorrow would be a holy night of sorts.
You're familiar with Limbari?
Yes. Who isn't?
A lot.
It's unfortunate that you've been in the presence of such Luddites, potentially, but...
What does that mean? Mike's asking.
If you search for it, you'll find out.
Can you let the rest of the group know? Because Lavin doesn't know either. He's too shy to ask.
We're not idiots.
How far is
Opposed
the
to new
edge of
things.
the forest from
Person
here?
opposed to new
From
technologies or new
my
information
home or
things.
from here?
From here
Boomers.
Or
specifically.
boomers.
It'll probably be another 2.5 days. You were to head straight south.
What direction's it in?
South.
That's the way we're going.
I use Awaken Mind to... I'm going to reach out to Time and ask her why her armor's so big.
The guy hiding in the snow. With his...
Oh, are you hiding?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was just us two.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just pops up. Hey.
Why is your arm? Okay, I'll send it to Calthea. Ask why her armor's so big. Like, did she shrink inside of it? Did she kill somebody? Is it somebody else's armor?
You look a bit uncomfortable in that armor. Is there a reason why it is not fit to you?
Yeah, I don't usually wear it very much. My guardian, warden, whatever, he wouldn't let me leave the house without it. She seems very sheepish and annoyed and frustrated.
Your guardian? Who's...
He works for me.
His name's Strahd.
Oh,
She
yes.
just seems sheepishly, like, not looking you in the eyes, and she's just like,
Is it when she talks about this person, does she seem like she's afraid of them? Like speaks with that kind of tone?
make an insight check.
Or is she in love?
26.
He's back, baby.
It's very, very faint. But you can tell, like, she's being a bit shy and bashful and, like, almost, like,
Horny baby.
ashamed a little bit. Like, her cheeks aren't blushing, but everything else about her looks like she would be if she could.
That was
He,
1,000 points.
it's to keep
in
me
the
safe,
in the aisle.
and he's
Best beast.
sure he's just looking out for my best interest. They're so heavy. I
They
didn't want
tied
to
it
wear
with
it.
5 seconds left.
I can understand that.
And now I have to walk all the way back. She's just like,
1953.
How did you know?
where are all of your friends?
He's up in the tree.
I'll teleport back. Please don't bite me.
I'm not interested.
Unless,
I'm
have you
sorry.
ever heard of a vampire elephant? We'll
No.
talk later. Anyway, sorry, what?
I do almost entirely feed on animals, I'm sure. I understand your I understand your trepidation about this concept, but I try not to harm
Okay.
folks.
Okay.
May I ask how you knew we were here?
You disturbed some of my wolves.
Oh, those were yours.
Just
Yes. One of them came back to the house a bit wounded.
And you're not upset about that? To be fair, he attacked us.
No, I'm not lying. It has been a long time since I've met anybody to talk to at all. I'd almost forgotten the sense of talking to someone new as opposed to just Gregor over and over again every day for decades and centuries.
Is that your guardian?
Yes.
How long have you been in these woods?
A long time.
Do you know the druid that lives here? I can't remember his name.
I don't think so. I mostly keep to my manor and study,
Feels-
read books,
Feels like Twilight.
write
How long
some.
have you been studying?
I write some works of fiction or paint some.
Twilight's so stupid.
I've been recently getting into painting. I keep myself busy into my own. I honestly haven't. I'm just excited to have met more folks. Two of you are up close. Make an insight check.
An insight check.
Yes.
Not bad. 17.
30, 20.
She wants me for my body. I get it.
You don't. You can't tell anything. Please, obviously, if you don't visit, I would heavily recommend trying to stay very safe tomorrow night. It's going to get dangerous, and these creatures, particularly you, it will be very dangerous for you out in the woods tomorrow. These creatures kind of blame your goddess. I'm not presuming that you worship Linmari.
I do.
Yes, they sort of blame your goddess for this curse that's placed upon them. It might just be a natural normal disease. I don't really know. None of them have ever agreed to be studied by me. Also, I'm not very good at that type of studying. Perhaps I can paint them a picture. Anyway, she actually seems to be getting kind of excited. And excitable. And it's strange. It's just this completely strange interaction with this frail young woman who's wearing this very heavy, thick suit of armor that clearly doesn't fit her.
You mentioned that you'd be curious into studying them, but you're not very good at it. Though you were able to create those wolves, or one of them in particular was.
I believe he went by Frank.
I didn't create Frank. Frank has been around for centuries. He sort of lived here before. Him and I didn't really get along very much.
We will come to your dinner party on one condition. Can I have your armor?
I don't think Gregor would like it very much if I... This armor's meant to keep me safe, I think.
Have you always been alongside Gregor?
Oh, no. Well, it's a really long story. But let's just say a long time ago, we didn't used to get along very much. And he kind of spent about a century trying to kill me, and then realized that it was kind of not going to work out. And we kind of became friends. I think he lives with me now. He keeps me safe.
And would he be happy with us dropping by?
I can tell him to expect you at some point tomorrow evening. Again, it will be the safest place for you tomorrow night. And I promise you, no harm will come of you.
In case we decide to, do you have a map?
I don't, but she pulls out like a small, looks like a stone, but it's like kind of sharply like pointed. It almost looks like an arrowhead, like a large arrowhead. She gives it to you. She hands it over. If you put that on a flat surface and spin it, when it comes to rest, it'll point you in the direction of my own.
Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. Thank you. I think.
It'll only work for about a week.
And what's this place called? Is it a city?
Oh, it's I call it Caladoon Manor. I named it after my family, though I built it mostly myself.
How do you spell that? Just for my own knowledge.
Caladoon, Calidune.
That name ring any bells?
Make a history check.
Me too, from my books.
Make a history check.
Nope. You suck.
Nice.
Is that double once?
Yep.
Holy shit.
Wow.
You guys are on
In-
fire today.
Yeah.
To the gym.
Wow,
I
I'm
think
glad
you
we didn't
know,
get into a
you
fight
failed.
tonight.
Yeah.
Holy shit, we're
Damn.
dead.
Can it close?
Yeah, that's not even a close no more.
No,
It's
I've got 4 in there right now.
When she says that name, you hear or you see me trying to think, and my nose starts bleeding. I'm like, I'm like,
Is she doing this to you?
I'm just
You don't recognize the name at all.
Should be licking your lips.
Sounds
Sign
like
of the
a lovely
blood.
place. Do you have it written in paper somewhere where we will not get harmed?
You can take my word for it.
Astra's gonna kind of slide forward as a snowman. Hi, I'm Astra. I couldn't help overhear your conversation. I just wanted to say, I know what it's like
You
to
don't
be.
look much like. Oh, you're the girl. Oh, I remember. I was looking through the wolves, and I'm trying to just
Dying
remember
to
which one
fucking
you
vampire.
might be. Yes.
Oh, this right. Sorry, and then I snap out. I'll just become Astra again.
Much better.
Sorry about that. You never know.
She actually coughs a little bit as well.
Yes! He's incorporating it into the story.
I couldn't help overhear your story because I was trying to. But you mentioned like your life in isolation. I just wanted to say I know what that's like, and you have Gregor, which is great. I also had a friend, and
Oh, thank you. Yes, Gregor's really kind and very nice, and he takes care of me, and we kind of live a fairly nice, quiet life. I sometimes wish for more excitement and more fun, and that's why, honestly, with you all here, it's a great opportunity to talk to and meet some new faces. See what's happening in the world. I haven't met anyone else in at least over 200 years.
wow, yeah,
Maybe over 100. I honestly lost count.
I totally get that, and I felt the same. And Shay, you're not gonna take us back and drain our blood, are you? You're not gonna kill us. You or Gregor.
Oh,
Prank.
make an insight check.
Okay. Oh Lord.
Is there any movement from those people?
The thing
distance?
moving in that direction seems to be
Put it
approaching
in.
closer.
Closer?
Yes.
I'm gonna come down now, and I was just gonna go down and approach the group, but
I was trying to see if I detected it.
Make a perception check. Okay. Big one. You can now smell on the air a little bit of scent of rotting flesh.
It's the wolf that ran away.
I will message you and inform you there is some sort of rotting flesh, perhaps rotting animal nearby.
Are you in the tree or down?
No, I'm down below.
Are you casting this? Because messages, like, you need to actually point
Yeah, but I'm
and,
doing it like
make a
this.
cast. Like, it's fairly obviously noticeable that you're
That's
casting
fine,
it.
but she can't see
Okay.
it.
just coming
Oh,
from
hi.
behind. Are we? Should we be expecting more company?
Oh, it's probably just. One second.
Unless we have to.
If she names one of Elmer's animals, I'm going to kill her.
That's probably just Dag. He's my ride back home. It would take way too long for me to walk back home.
Out of
this
curiosity, is he of the living or the dead? Because it smells real bad.
night. I mean, he was living a long time ago.
That's what I smell.
Well, nice to meet you all. I really hope you two come by tomorrow night. I'll tell Gregor to prepare some meals for you.
And by meals,
She means you.
At one point, I did
That's a
get
joke.
into gardening for several years. Perhaps there's some leftover pickled vegetables. We'll see what can
yeah.
be done. I don't really eat much food, but Gregor does, so there should be some around.
Shay, you gotta pinky promise me you and Gregor aren't gonna try and kill my
She
friends or
lifts
myself.
up her heavy armor and approaches and
Pinky promises
Without the armor.
Pinky promises a twig.
It would take. I'm sorry, it would take way too long for me to take off this gauntlet and strap it back on. But I promise you.
If we have to kill her, I want her armor.
You're like, calling dibs. I got her coat.
If it's not
fine.
rude of me to ask, is Gregor not like you?
No, he's a bit up there in age now. He's
Vampire man.
a long-lived elf, I think you would put it. He's mortal. That should be, if nothing else, proof that I do not feed on people with wills. It's not nice. It feels very
She wouldn't pinky promise.
wrong in many ways. He lives with me and works for me of his own volition, and we're friends.
What is your relationship with these animals?
When you spend a very long time living on your own, the few friends that you have, you like to keep them around.
Why are they attacking us?
I mean, I wasn't in control of them or anything. They were mostly probably just hungry. Maybe playing with people out in the woods. Make an insight check.
You mentioned.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. You can keep going if you have
I
no follow.
understand. You don't care that we killed them?
I mean, I'm much more excited about the prospect of making new friends.
You mentioned the Frank creature was here before. The other wolves, though. Did you bring them back the way that they were, or was it Gregor?
No, it was me.
Oh,
This curse, blessing, whatever you might call it, this form, this vampire, as your friend put it, it grants a certain amount of abilities and power over living and dead things, and I was experimenting, and those wolves were some of my earlier experiments. And approaching, you can hear clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop in the distance. Approaching.
Is there anything... Oh, I was going to say, is there anything peculiar about her getup other than it's oversized?
And the armor looks old. It looks worn. It is very obviously magical. You can tell that it's enchanted. There's runes carved all over it. It doesn't seem like she's used to wearing heavy armor like this heavy. She's moving very awkwardly in it. She doesn't have any weapons that you can see.
Okay.
They're right here. They're right here.
Sure. Well, please do come visit. And if not, be very, very careful tomorrow night. Especially
I'll take note of this.
this, through the trees, you see this large, massive horse, like a war horse of sorts, like heavy, rippling, dead muscles. Skeleton bones kind of peeking out from it. It's got a very heavy saddle on it that seems worn. The stirrups are made of like thick leather with like a little bit of red detailing on it. She like approaches it. A little bit hard to climb on this. She pushes her hands down and floats up, almost lighter than she should, into midair. Similar in some ways to what it looks like when you use your like night
I know my secret.
flight.
It's a vampire. I've been saying that since day one.
And she floats up
She's
and
really protective of him too.
positions
Yeah.
herself over the saddle of the horse. It would take me ages to climb this without this. Sitting on top of the horse, she just looks, surveys across all of you. I hope to see you tomorrow. Very excited. Bye, Mom.
No,
Come on, Zach. Let's get home. Like, pulls up the stirrups, and the horse, very much dead, with like glowing green eyes of necromantic
Somebody's not
energy.
pictured like a dead horse. She's like, come on, let's go.
just laying on the ground.
Begins to clip-clop its way out into the woods. To the,
That was the dragon noise. She was just walking,
She's
pulling this
she was
horse.
dragging a dead horse. She wasn't real, right? That was in my mind,
I mean, we
Did she
were all
leave?
talking.
Wait,
but I'm asleep.
no,
Vampires are real?
she would have been leaving footsteps right when she came.
You told me they were fake.
No, I think they're real, but she didn't sparkle.
That's true, she didn't. But she had a lot of armor on, maybe.
Maybe that's why she didn't want to.
It's also not said yet.
It's true. Oh, you read the books too.
So, are we going?
What the fuck was that vampire?
I forgot you were there. You're so good at hiding.
I'm not.
As long as you don't have to move.
Yeah.
The clock helped. Oh my god, cramps.
Are we just gonna willingly go to a vampire house? I mean, she did make it seem like if we stay out here, you're dead.
I mean, she's not wrong that those kinds of creatures don't take too kindly to worshippers of the moon.
Can I see your teeth?
You're a vampire.
I look real close.
Yeah, but they can probably retract them.
Do I see any fangs?
I mean, you see
Canines.
normal elf canines.
Okay, he's clear.
Would your dome be able to protect us tomorrow?
Yes, I believe so. I don't think any unwanted creatures can pass through it.
I've read in my books that vampires don't like garlic. So in our meal tonight, what if we just eat a whole bunch of garlic and then it's in our blood and then they're not going to want to drink our blood?
Wouldn't you want to keep the garlic on the outside so you can like...
I mean, we could do that, but I really like garlic too.
Oh, there's some in your stew that you're eating.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe we rub cloves of garlic everywhere.
She seemed pretty friendly.
She wouldn't pinky swear.
I mean, she did seem to be telling the truth for the most part of
I
what she
got
was
that
saying.
too.
It didn't seem like she was putting on an act. It's hard to know.
It was a really long journey. Not having to fight for our lives for a night. Huh.
What
Who knows?
direction is it in?
It's the way we're going.
It's the way we're
Oh, okay.
going.
For
Perhaps
somebody
it's
who's
not.
been in isolation, she was really weird. Like, I came out of isolation, like, so normal, and then she was just weird.
She seemed really nice.
I don't know. I
She
don't
has
trust
really
her.
cool armor.
It's too big for her.
I know. I want it.
It's a little more sketch than a steaming wooden log. But
I don't
We
know.
could
I think we're missing something from that wooden log. We should go back.
Do I know at all about, like, I assume my knowledge is pretty limited on vampires and what they're capable of, but am I at all familiar with their ability of, like, this kind of necromantic power to...
Make either an Arcana check or a History check.
Say
Just
we
getting ready for battle.
say we decide to go.
15.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically, so we do decide to go. What's stopping us? Or I guess, what's the chances of her stopping us from quite literally just bunkering there for the next night and then leaving immediately in the morning? She did seem to say that we could come and go at our own free will. Do we believe a clearly very old vampire?
I mean,
We've met one.
yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
We haven't met
Gregor.
Gregor.
Yes.
McGregor.
You don't recall anything specific about it.
Question, DM.
Yes.
Would there be any legends told about vampires or creatures of the night or anything? Like, this is not terribly far away
Make
from
a history
Cornwall.
check.
Your
This is
ancestors abolished all vampires
Yeah.
from the world.
Yeah.
So don't
There's
know.
paintings on the walls of
Samson
the
the
great
Brave.
fight. Yeah, he's done everything.
He's killed everything.
First the dragons,
Yeah.
then the vampires.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I don't know if Jen will be welcome there.
I think this is like
Oh,
the.
no.
I forgot she was
I
there.
think
She
this is
probably
the
didn't
8th
know.
time I rolled a 5 today. Seriously.
We'll keep her safe. I'll put her in the rope.
I mean,
No,
it's like
history.
Tales of the Boogeyman. Like, it's like, oh, the vampire, like, they drink blood and, like, steal children. Like,
That's not good.
not good.
Well, here's the thing.
Guys,
Hypothetically,
the stories about those places are not good.
There's a lot of stories about a lot of different things. Not a lot of them are not based in reality, though.
yeah, but maybe some of them are, like the giant thing. We're starting to think.
But again, let's weigh our options. If seems like you think she is telling the truth about creatures, not if it's a full moon. That doesn't sound too good for creatures. We have a very long journey ahead of us. We either stay out and continue to fight and potentially get hurt along the way, or we go in and potentially get hurt in there.
Here's the thing, though. Say hypothetically.
There's probably some sick dwarven forge too.
It's true.
Just throwing that out there.
Say we don't go. Say we don't go and we carry on our way. What's stopping her from just coming out and getting us? Whereas
that's
if we
what I
go
asked,
to the
yeah.
manor, we can have a bit of an edge. We could be like, "Oh, thanks for welcoming us to your home. This is so lovely."
Yeah, but then we're in
but
her-
we'll be
Sure,
careful.
let's
Then we're in
walk
her
to the
home.
But she'll think that we
That's
trust
her.
her.
Well,
But
we will have
really,
an edge.
Yeah.
we'll have the edge because we're onto them.
That does
Oh, yeah.
actually sound like an edge.
We're going to die.
It is an edge. Yeah. I mean, we don't have to decide it today, but
I mean,
tomorrow night sounds pretty scary.
and pretty soon.
I would be curious to know how they're able to fend off these werewolves. What makes their place so much safer?
There is a vampire, at least one vampire in there.
Also, the necromancy is a sticky subject. I'm curious about.
She did say that she was looking at us through the wolves.
I mean,
Was she controlling them?
No.
I mean, she said she wasn't, but
she's able to look through Hoku's
It's
eyes.
a very unknown right now.
she can control Hoku.
Don't compare me to that weird.
She was able to look through Hoku's eyes. Oh, you were able to.
What? She did what?
Can you control Hoku?
I kind of can.
You can, but only within a short range. If her home is like a day away, make an intelligence saving throw for it.
Saving throw. Okay.
That's how he does memory.
If we do go in, nobody pushes buttons or looks in mirrors. Wait, I wasn't there for that.
14.
There's got to be a billion.
Something
mirrors
like
in
what she
vampire
said
cast.
doesn't add up.
Oh
And
shit.
you're able to kind of tell because you know about legends of vampires, and she was probably asleep during the day. You probably couldn't have looked through the wolves.
Oh. Hold up. We've fought those wolves during the day.
Couple hours ago last.
She's losing it.
Okay.
She's lost her
You know.
mind.
It's been a really long day, you guys.
Yeah.
We fought those wolves today. Recently. Vampires sleep during the day. It's in my books. They don't like the sunlight. It makes them sparkle. It gives them away.
Is that?
She
For
was
sure?
asleep for a hundo key.
What if she wasn't?
Well, then she just was, okay?
She could be a lion.
I don't trust her.
Me neither.
Who doesn't pinky swear?
Okay, hear me
She
out.
did put out her pinky. It's just armor.
But she wouldn't put, but yeah, she would take the armor off.
But let's say it goes wrong. We kill her. We make this place a better place.
Maybe we just kill her anyways. I don't like her.
Oh, you just want to go kill her. You don't,
I mean,
you don't even want to potentially just have a good night's rest and then leave in the morning. You just want to go in and kill her.
we can do that, but
In
maybe
our edge, in her territory,
when we
but
show up
our
to
edge.
her territory, we have the edge because we don't trust her.
Maybe we arrive in the day, so she's sleeping, and then we just kill her.
Now we're thinking.
I am curious about this Gregor fellow. There's just something weird about the story that he was trying to kill her for so many years.
And then he
Now
was
he's
like,
overprotective of her and works for her.
Maybe
But
he's brainwashed.
I'm not sure. There's something weird there.
Does he control her?
does she control him?
I don't know. I wasn't able to discern any lies of her, but maybe she's a very good liar. I don't know.
Well, she definitely lied about the wolves because she would have been sleeping.
There's only one way to find out.
I'm really beginning.
That's
good
my
line.
I'm really beginning to think you're a man of many quotes, and I like that. So, what's everybody's thoughts on this? Do we stop by?
Well, perhaps we sleep on it, and on the trek tomorrow we're heading in that direction anyways.
Wait, you guys are serious? I've been joking this whole time. I do not want to go. I'm scared. I'm not capable of fighting a vampire.
I will take your armor then.
We definitely don't need to go there if we don't want to. We're just going to be going that way.
Well, hold on now.
I'm wherever you guys. Also, you guys, what do you call yourself? Anything? Is there a group
Yes.
name?
Iron Will.
Iron. Who's Will?
Will?
What? Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
like
our
the-
will is made of iron.
Yeah.
Am I a part of that now?
Yeah.
Actually curious, I go into my bag and I pull out this really thick book and say, really thick book. Do you recognize this book? It's
I know what it is.
It's the history chat.
Imagine Catherine
History?
making eye contact.
Even though it's 24.
So out of
You recognize the
character.
book. You've seen it in your brother's collection. Creating
yes,
life.
My father, Spark Eye, had one of those.
The Spark Eye that we've met, he let me take this. I've been reading through it.
Oh, he's very different. My father wouldn't let even me touch any of his books, especially the thick ones.
We've met a very different Spark Eye.
Books has a different meaning.
There seems to be a lot of different
They're talking about that.
messages hidden in this. We've talked about it before, I think. So, do you know of Clanko? Is there a Clanko where you're from?
You remember Glencoe.
Oh, yeah, Psycho. He owns a pretty curious, curated
Curiosities?
Congo line of contraptions.
Yeah, that's the one. I think
Likes
he's
these a lot.
somehow involved in this in some degree. But regardless, I've been reading through it again, and there's a passage that, as of late, has stuck out a bit to me. It almost sounds of necromantic thought about falling and returning to get to some power potentially, and it just so happens that now we're running into necromantic creatures and some vampire who claims to be able to bring creatures back.
I don't want to throw a wrench in this story, but what you just said kind of sounds like what happened to me. You brought me back.
Yes, though, I mean, the magic that we used was very different than necromancy.
We didn't so much bring you back, we just took you from somewhere else.
It's also true. You were really dead.
You're the subject of a time heist.
Yeah.
You are so good with words.
He's just standing over there with sunglasses on.
Wait, little buddy.
You need to get you a pipe.
I can make you one. That's fair. Maybe I have some weird necromantic powers, though.
I don't think so. I wasn't I wasn't alluding to the situation.
No,
that
it just
occurred with
sounded
you.
a little familiar, that's all.
But when it comes to life and death and the balance there, it's just something that interests me for someone who's devoted to helping people and preserve life.
Do you think
And this-
Spark Eye researched it at all?
I don't know. I mean, in some form, I think the constructs that
That's true.
are created by artificers is a form of creating life
Yes,
through
in some
arcane
regard.
means. Which is why I was curious and learning more about it, because I had not seen anything like that before. Necromancy is a much different necromancy.
Okay.
It's necromancy, actually.
I like that one, necromancy.
It's this. I'm not sure. I do think we need to be careful, even if we're just passing by. But there may be something there.
If you're interested in learning more, I'm scared out of my mind, but I'll help you. There's only one way to find out.
I have heard that.
Arkmir said it.
I said it!
Just look at you.
It's happening.
Here's just another thing just for us to ponder as well. She says she saw us through the wolf's eyes. She knew that I wasn't a snowman, so she's seen me for real. Didn't happen during the day like she said it was because she would have been sleeping. However, she knew things about us, which means she could be watching all of this right now. She could be listening in.
It's quite possible. I mean, the only thing I said was if we kill her, I will wear armor. I'm not saying we will kill her. I mean, you did actually twice.
I was totally joking. I think she's really nice.
Insight.
I think she's really nice. And if she's
19.
watching,
We've seen what you're capable of.
Actually, I have advantage on this.
Was his name Hector? Was it Hector?
Yeah.
Pastor.
Pastor.
No.
As
I
there.
rolled 20.
Ezra.
Derek's doing a thing.
I'm gonna take a second, just do a small hand gesture, and when I open my eyes, there'll be like the faint kind of purple glow, and I'm casting See Invisibility on myself. I'm gonna look around to see if I can see anything, either anybody who may be invisible or anything like ethereal around
Make a
us.
perception check.
Here we go.
I'll give you advantage.
It all comes down to this.
Roll better.
Double ones. Let's do it.
Do better.
Oh, that's not it.
That doesn't count.
Okay, well, it was a 1 anyway.
17.
You do spot them. A small floating orb
Yeah, we're being scratched.
of red energy that was just floating near one of the trees, just above and to the right.
Let's talk in code. We want to kill the apple.
But the apple won't see it coming
Yeah.
because we have
Does
the
your-
The apple sleeps
Does your
during the day.
dome shield us from that?
I think it's opaque.
Sound. Yeah, it's opaque.
But
I mean, like muffled sound
it
comes out
muffles
of
the
that.
sounds. Regardless,
She's been watching us for a long
I
time.
think
How else would she have found this exact spot?
Yeah.
honestly,
You were very pretty.
I didn't tell you guys. That's the
I'm
Yeah,
assuming
yeah.
based off what she said that she's watching.
well,
I already
General
started
question.
saying stuff.
Oh,
and
that,
I was
yes.
listening.
No, that,
yeah.
I honestly, she seems like she's not potentially of any harm. I mean, I wasn't able to read anything off of her. I don't see potentially what... At this point, we either have creatures in the woods or run the risk of them, and
Or
I don't
we
think
have to-
there's any chance that the creatures out here are going to be nice to us. With them, at least, there's an option.
I say we take the edge and make some apple pie, if you know what I mean.
Do you have the ingredients?
What? You lost me. Wait, I started the apple analogy and now I'm lost.
I'll try that one again later.
Yeah.
I'm going to, since I've done this kind of thing before, I'm just going to say, honestly, I think we just need to use our heads. I was thinking about this, but I'm like looking at you specifically as I'm tapping my head. I think we just need to be smart here.
Like this. And I'm going to say it to you.
Can I respond back to your thing? That's a message. I don't think I can, right?
I don't think so.
Let me see. Let me see. You can cast a spell. Here's a message and can reply with a whisper that only you
Oh, yeah,
can hear.
I still have it. Alright, I cast Psychic Whispers.
So I can respond
Yep.
to you? Okay.
You can respond to this message.
I'm just going to say, we're being watched. Just...
Oh, it's a short one,
I'm
1 hour.
I'm going to try to let the others know.
but it's all. It's only you three.
Who,
I don't know. You just went like this, and like all three were pointing at me.
who's
Not
who's
me.
Not the big
Not
one.
the newest.
Oh,
member.
big one.
It's okay. I just let them know.
Still a little sketchy with his whole. I could
yeah.
throw a rope in that air.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
I think
cool.
so.
That's a step.
So I'm just going to like in between sentences that I'm saying about like I don't know, we can sleep on it. I think maybe that's the right in between those sentences. I'll be sending messages to you, just saying we're being watched. There's something in the tree, potentially some sort of scrying eye.
I'll pass that on.
I fled.
Yes.
Yeah, let the others know.
Yeah, to both of you as well.
I let Big One know. I think just tell everybody to play it as if we're interested in going there to try not to arouse any suspicion.
I will send a message back to you and say, oh god, maybe we should remind the group that if they have any combat spells to prepare for tomorrow.
Very shortly after
We're dead.
you cast your see invisibility, maybe less than 3 or 4 minutes after, the orb seems to dissipate.
Still in the head. The head. That head. I don't see it anymore. That's not to say that we aren't still being watched, but just let the group know. Tell everybody not to communicate anything to arouse suspicion that we're aware of that.
This place gives me the creeps.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm craving some apple pie. Maybe we should go sit down by the fire and be quiet for a little bit. And then
Do
we
I
can talk
spot
this
any creatures, any eyes looking at?
Make a perception check.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh
One
boy.
die. Oh, finally. 23.
You don't see anything right now. It's pretty clear, but I'll keep that check in mind for later on in the
I've had those.
Damn it. You see nothing.
You're fairly certain there's nothing around you.
Okay.
I can put up the dome for this evening, just so that we have that until morning. Whenever the first of you wants to go to rest, I'll set it up. I'll have to remain inside of it as well during that time, but I don't necessarily need to take my rest yet.
Do you think she can hear our secret thoughts? Because how come the scrying orb thing went away as soon as we noticed? Because we were pretty
Probably
nonchalant
because she
about
noticed we
it.
weren't talking.
Because we went
I
quiet.
was talking a lot the
No,
whole
it
time.
was like back.
He
It
was
was.
talking the whole time.
I was talking about pie.
Yeah, you confused me because that I kind of referred to her as pie, and you said, "Let's go make some apple pie or
Wait,
something."
You were
and then
referring
you said,
to her
"Let's
as
go."
an apple.
Big one. Can you make an Arcana check?
Hell yeah!
I'm a little on edge, so if you guys need to sleep, I don't think we can sleep right now.
22.
You know that most of these like trying type spells have a duration, and they probably
Okay.
just ended.
It probably just ended. They don't last forever. She would have to recast it if it even came from her, which it may not have.
I mean,
Question: what do we wear to a vampire dinner?
Whatever you would wear to a normal dinner.
I've never been.
probably anything really high collared, I would imagine.
If you have those clothes, feel free to wear them. If you like, I can stay up for the first little while.
You'll see the big one.
I can actually stay up until you need to go to sleep anyways, because I only need... To be fair, the dome only lasts about 8 hours, so I won't even be able to keep it up the whole night anyways, but I can at least
to the morning.
Haha.
At least to the morning.
Yeah, until I need to take rest, and then the rest of you should be up for the most part anyways.
Get a good night's rest, I guess. Tomorrow, we kill apples. Oh shit.
Operation Apple Crumble.
Yep. See, that wasn't bad.
There will be... yeah, there will be things I want to do during the watch.
There's nothing
but-
wrong with apple pie.
I could really use a drink tonight.
You still got that
Would you like to try to make
I
a
have,
beer again?
I have a last
Or
one.
is that... is it not a Molotov cocktail this
It
one?
is a Molotov.
Oh, we might need that against
Pull
a
out the rag
vampire,
and start
though.
sucking on it?
Yeah.
Tip of this
God. Like cellophane, you're just like...
I've been meaning to make more, but we need to set to the place.
Yeah, coup for players. Make sure you check your spells.
What spells?
Yep.
What are you talking about?
Exactly. Casters.
She just told me about magic.
Make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh, you're dead.
Uh-oh.
You're totally dead, Ski.
Is this a charm effect?
Just make a wisdom saving throw for me. It's not a charm.
Okay, well, I need to know if I get advantage or not.
Just do it.
17.
Oh, you're dead. We lost Galthier. Wait, his fangs are growing. That's what that was.
No, that's all. You can check your messages.
Since your fangs are growing.
Yeah. I know, I don't get no messages.
I'm not very good at any either.
I don't get no satisfaction.
Our Calthier said he can't keep it up all night.
There's a doctor for that.
He did say that, but he was talking about his dome.
Yeah.
Which still kind of works.
Yeah.
Not as dull, but the same.
I think that's probably a pretty good spot. to
Oh
wrap up
boy, we
for
got a
the
fucking
night.
vampire masquerade up in
You
here.
guys prepare on this long rest and do the last few things before potentially visiting
Well, it's either potentially visiting a thing or getting attacked by more fucking creatures. So.
I mean, player talk, we're for sure going, right? This sounds really fun.
Yes, but we do need to do it not just because it's players we want to. Like,
We
we can't just walk in and be like, beep, beep, I'm here, beep, beep.
We can't just go and
We have the
hammer
edge.
a
Yeah.
burning tree and not go to a vampire manor.
Exactly. No, that was cool.
It would be fun.
That was cool. Until next time.
That looks
What
nice. Let's keep
happens-
going.
We'll go back to the tree and then get into the
Let's try
storm.
again. Yeah.
All right.
See you next time.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Could do some more time traveling.